Yo, what's up guys? Good morning. Hope everyone is doing well. Today it is March 21st. Hope everyone is doing well today. Oh man, my son has woken up like 30 times last night. I didn't get any sleep, but the show must go on, team. The show must go on. The trading must go on today, guys. So, yep. Hope everyone is doing well today. What's up, chat? We got about 70 people here, a little bit over 70 people. Hope y'all are doing well this morning. What's up, MP? What's up, Gavin, Remy, Sky, Best, OK, Henry, Jeremy, Richard, Sand, Michael, and Chase. What's up, team? Good morning, guys. Oh, man, you know what feels good? You know what feels good today, guys? Is that I changed the permissions in the Discord. For the last month or so, we've just been getting spammed with bots and spammed with spam and just getting spammed like crazy in our Discord. Today, I finally disabled link posts in the regular channel, so it's like they can't post anymore, man. They're gonna have a sad time trying to post in our Discord now. You can still post in the off-topic section, and I guess they could post there if they really want to, but the main channel can't. You can't post links, and so maybe I'm being a dictator here, but I gotta get rid of those bots. You know, we've got thousands of people in our Discord, and you know, you gotta get rid of the bots sometime. What's up, Rudy? What's up, Run? It is April. My bad. It is April 21st. April 21st. Everybody's correcting me. That's right. It is April. You guys are right. The big news today, though, guys. The big news today is our market is dropping. Look at our market. I'm gonna bring up this level 2 so you can see it a little bit better. But look at our market today, guys. Look at the SPY itself, man. The SPY itself is down. It's down pretty big too. I mean, it's not like a minor drop here. Look at this drop, man. This drop's big. That's a big drop we took overnight last night, guys. You know, it's interesting because I was actually looking at this in pre-market. I was looking at this right here, and I was like, oh well, we're rebounding some in pre-market, and then I didn't look at it again until just now, and man, look at this drop. Big drop. We're gapping down from 281.59 all the way down to 276. So we are gapping down, I don't know, roughly $5.49. $5.41. Sorry. So big gap down there, guys. Big gap down. I have a yellow mug, and so apparently it's picking up on the green screen. But what's up, guys? Alright. Yeah, everybody's always crying about the music. Right, nobody hate no music today, man. Figures. Yeah. Everybody, oh, this music. Why are y'all playing this music, man? Crying about the music. You're right, bro. Everybody's always crying about the music, man. Is the music too loud? Let me know what the volume is like, really. I turned it down a little bit this morning. Spam and eggs? No, hey, bro. You're not gonna get it on my Discord channel anymore, dude. Because I had to make the executive decision to remove link posting from the main channel. You know, I don't know who still falls. Problem is, like, I don't know who still falls for scams like this. Like, listen, if your moderator, if your Discord goes to all the other Discords and spams their links, like if your company, if your algorithm, if your service spams their link in other people's Discord, I would not trust them whatsoever, man. Like, they are not ethical business people, and that means they're usually not going to be ethical towards the customer either. And so, again, if that's what your Discord does, you know, I would be pretty scared of it. Alright, I'm back. So I lowered the volume a little bit more. That should actually be a little bit better. You are great, man. This is like a podcast for trading. Yeah, it kind of is. The only reason everybody else might do this in pre-market, but you'll see everybody kind of runs away after the bell rings. No real service wants to stream live for the bell because they're scared it's going to hurt their brand, man, if they trade out in the open and people see what it's really like. Trading's extremely difficult, man, and so, you know, you get a select few that will, but we stream live every day, man. We day trade the market every day. Yeah, I turned it down. That should be a little bit better. But yeah, the market is dropping, guys. Let's go over some catalysts now that I'm done rambling. You guys know me. First 5 minutes of every stream that I come on here, I'm always just talking about nonsense. You know, I gotta sip my coffee, and you know, I gotta get my mind right a little bit for that first 5 minutes before I stop talking nonsense and we can actually look at the market. But with that said, the market is down pretty substantially here. It's gapping down again from 281.59 down to 275.68. It's actually dropped a solid amount since I said that, and so yeah, we're roughly down $6 now. We're down like $5.90 or so, something like $5.92. So we're down. You know, market is down. All right, yeah, that should be better. All right, but yeah, so we'll take a look at the SPY in a second. We're gonna look at some other moves. We have WATT gapping up from 105 all the way to 244. Pretty significant big gap up here. Let's look at the catalyst behind this move, and we can look at some other stuff too. Alright, so this is Energis, which is WATT, W-A-T-T, and they are up roughly 140% in pre-market after reporting they received U.S. Fed Communication Commission certification for their watt up over-the-air wireless charging transmitter. This is all from MT Newswires. Again, they are up after reporting they received the U.S. Federal Communications Commission certification for their watt up over-the-air wireless charging transmitter. And again, this is all quoting from MT Newswires. The new transmitter is based on a single advanced antenna and newly developed chip components which eliminate the use of beamforming techniques while passing applicable FCC regulation health and safety standards. So they also said that they expect revenue to increase quarter over quarter, and they are withdrawing their cumulative forecast due to uncertainty related to the COVID-19 on businesses. And so, yeah, so basically, they said they received the U.S. Fed Communication Commission certification for their watt up over-the-air wireless charging transmitter, and they're gapping up pretty significantly here because of it. We also have VRXT gapping up here. VXRT gapping up from 237 all the way to 316 with a really big spike in pre-market this morning. This is Vaxart. It is a biotech company, and they posted positive preclinical data for their oral COVID-19 vaccine program. And so again, this is positive preclinical data for their COVID-19 vaccine program. And they also posted first quarter earnings, it looks like, that came out positive as well. So yeah, this is positive preclinical data for their vaccine program for the COVID-19. We'll see what happens with this one. It's gapping up from 237 to 316. We got a few other ones. MYSC, my size, man. It's been a long time since I've seen this stock. The last time I saw this stock was really kind of around the crypto boom a few years ago. I'm surprised my size is still around. I haven't really heard of it since then. And so it's interesting. You'll see these kind of nostalgic tickers that show up in the market every blue moon or so. And this is definitely one of them for me. This one has ran big in the past. Maybe it was a year ago. But yeah, this one was a big mover a while back. Yeah, it was probably during this time around 2017, February 2017 or so, when I traded this one last. And it was a big mover, man. I mean, it was also here. You can see it was also here. It might have been this one actually in 2018. But my size here Pretty bad volume. I don't really like it at all this morning, but I do know the stock, and so we're gonna move on though. We got APDN here. Is this Blue Apron? No, that's APRN. Apron. I don't know what APDN is. We can look at the catalyst behind this one as well. This is Applied DNA Partners, or this is Applied DNA, and they partnered with a New York hospital for COVID-19 tests. So yeah, they signed a deal to advance sales for the COVID-19 test kits with a New York hospital. So we'll see what happens with it. It's gapping up. Not that much volume though. We got CARA, which is another biotech stock, I think. CARA. This is Cara Therapeutics. They said their late-stage trial of their pruritus treatment, Korsuva, met their key endpoints. So they had positive data that came out that said that during their studies it met the key endpoints for CARA. So we'll see what happens with this one as well. It's gapping up. Low volume. I don't really like it that much just because of the low volume. We got a few other ones here that we can look at. We got FLIR here. FLIR. And again, when you see stocks gapping, these are stocks that are trending against the market. So we got FLIR gapping up from 38.97 to 42.65 for FLIR. I don't really see any new catalyst behind this one. If you know the catalyst, let me know. I'm not seeing any catalyst behind this move. I saw some news that came out a few days ago, but nothing today. Not really a huge gap up, or not really a voluminous gap up either. We also have STNG. STNG, which is Scorpio. Alright, so it seems like a lot of these stocks are up amid anticipated progress on Saudi-Russian supply cuts, but no, that came out on the 6th, so that's not the reason this is up. That's actually old news, and it's since been obsolete. An obsolete catalyst considering the latest week of news releases from oil and everything like that. So, I'm not seeing, man, what did I do? There we go. I'm not seeing anything for this one either, honestly. Yeah, I don't see anything for STNG either. This is the second one, Scorpio. Man, I don't know why these are up. Maybe they're being affected by oil. Maybe that's it. We got BYND, Mitch's most hated stock, and it is gapping up from 79.12 to 87.05 for BYND. All right, they put out a release that said they are going to start selling plant-based beef in Starbucks China stores, and so they are partnering with Starbucks in China to sell their fake meat products. Yeah, it revamped menu, and the Starbucks in China revamped their menu and has said to partner up with Beyond Meat, and they are going to start serving their fake meat products in Starbucks in China for BYND. So we'll see what happens. Now that we've looked up a few gappers, let's look at the overall market here, because I think the overall market is one of the more significant moves today, considering how big this kind of pre-market move is for the SPY itself. So let's go ahead and look at some market catalysts and news for the overall market today. Yo, what's up, guys? I'll get to y'all's questions in a second. Let me look at the market news today, team. Alright, so I'm just going to start reading some of these news releases that came out today. It should be easy to hear. So, futures are down roughly 1.5%, and they're down because concerns over oil prices dropping. So oil prices are dropping this morning, and with that, people are a little bit concerned. Obviously, as the price of oil goes down, it negatively affects many different aspects of our economy. Especially for people like me here in Texas. You know, when the price of oil drops, it seriously affects the economy here. You know, Texas and Louisiana are such plant-based, oil-based, oil and gas business-based economies that when the price of oil drops, you know, the economy drops here. And, you know, it's pretty similar across the country, I think. But price of oil is down today. Bloomberg reported also that projections show U.S. deficit is to exceed post-World War II years. I mean, I get it, Bloomberg. I get it, he doesn't like the current administration, and I don't necessarily either, but at the same time, I mean, we're in a pandemic right now. You can't get mad about the deficit, really. I mean, of course you can, but it's not really a reasonable thing. People need to have this overarching understanding of what's really going on right now and not get too weird with everything, I think. But in the end, I do think the current administration botched it a little bit, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and read this release, and this release is from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, U.S. stock futures tumbled Tuesday as the oil market faces an uncharted territory of negative prices, exacerbating concerns of a deep global recession caused by the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Dow futures were down 2.4%, S&P futures were down 1.8%, while NASDAQ futures declined 1%. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude continued to trade in negative territory, hovering around minus $3 per barrel following a historic slump to nearly minus $40 in the previous session, while global benchmark Brent crude plunged 18% to around $20 a barrel as the U.S. storage capacity neared full amid the market downturn caused by the pandemic. At 10 a.m., data is expected to show existing home sales falling to 5.335 million annual rate for March from the 5.770 it was in the previous month, according to Day. And in equity, shares of Watt were pretty big high after it received its Fed Communication Commission certificate. So oil is causing the market to drop today, it sounds like, and that's what I heard yesterday. We can look at like the U.S. oil fund and see how down it is. We can look at like UWT, which I don't even know if it's around anymore since we're getting such huge drops. UCO, a lot of oil stocks are going to be down big today, I think. This is a split though. This is a split of some sort. But yeah, oil's down big today, guys. Like Gush, I think, is another one. We can look at like natural gas and see. Natural gas isn't that bad. We'll have to look at the actual catalyst behind it. But yeah, oil's causing this big drop in the market today, team. And we'll see what we get. But it should be interesting. He ain't mad, it's just true. I mean, I know, but what I'm saying though is that, and like, listen, I think Trump botched this in a lot of ways. I think Trump's biggest mistake here was that he waited to give the testing kit contract to somebody he knew, and that caused a huge delay on testing kits that ended up really severely making the situation worse. And I think that's just an objective truth that people don't really want to look at. And again, I don't really like either side here. And so I'm not really trying to pick sides with this. I'm not one of those guys that just kind of mindlessly pushes like Republican or Democrats. I'm really not. But I think in this regard, they got to be a little bit more fair because, I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic. So, of course, spending is going to be up. Obviously, we're going to have to inject money into the economy. It's the first time we've experienced this in my lifetime for sure. And so, I think with regard to budget, people are going to have to be a little bit fair with that specifically. But again, it's just my subjective opinion. I'm not, regardless of what you believe, I love you all. Please don't please don't be too divisive. It is what it is. SPY is down big. We'll see what happens. It's at 276.25. This should give us some volatility today, which should be a good thing as well. All right, let me catch back up with the chat. Let me see. Man, we got a bunch of people here today. What's up, guys? 180 people. Hit that like button if you haven't already. We do this live for free every day, and the cool part, guys, is we actually day trade the open live and let you watch it live so you can see our P&L, our entries, exits, all that stuff. And so if you appreciate that, hit the like button right now in this video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And let me catch back up on the chat now. I'm sorry I've neglected you all, but it's April. What's up, MP? Yeah, you're right, bro. You're right, man. I like spam and eggs. How did you learn to read stocks? Mostly, I mean, with day trading, it's almost certainly just support and resistance. You just got to learn technical analysis, which is key concepts of technical analysis are actually really similar. It's previous support, once it breaks, usually turns into resistance, and vice versa, momentum, so forth and so on. support and resistance confirmation is really key here to understanding it. And that's it. Once you learn that stuff, it's you can kind of create your own strategies around that, and that's all it really is, to be honest. So I'm new to trading. I've already put $1,500 into Bloom Energy and considering putting in another $600 today. I don't know what to do. I don't know what you should do either. I'm not a fundamental investor, and I really don't want to tell you the wrong answer. And so as for what it's going to do long term or even in the next few days, I have no idea. I'm mostly a short-term day trader. And again, so I just don't want to tell you the wrong answer, bro. I'm not an expert. And so I just try to, say I don't know whenever I don't know. You know what I mean? Hey, thank you, 2K. Many blessings to you as well. OPK and VXRT on your gappers list. Been in them since April. Above 50-day bullish. Yeah, see, Renee, just like I told the last guy, man, I'm not an expert, brother. And I'm more so afraid of telling people the wrong thing. Like, I don't want to say, yeah, buy more, and then the stock just crashes, or no, get out now, and then the stock just bounces and runs up. I don't want to do that, because to be honest, I don't know. I'm really a short-term day trader, and so as for what stocks are going to do long-term, I really have no idea, man. I think it's going to be largely influenced by the coronavirus and the progression we're making with that, and so I think with that said, I have no idea. It's very volatile, and so it's hard for me to tell. I have your channel on my TV always. Nice, man. No more pennies for me. No mo. I'm done with penny stocks. Too risky. Yeah, for sure, man. And listen, that is a realization that I think a lot of people get to when they trade penny stocks long enough. Like, look, you can watch me trade mid and high caps every single day. You can look at my P&L at the end of every single day and see how profitable I am trading mid and high cap stocks. And I'm not saying you can't be profitable with penny stocks. I'm saying it's a lower percentage play. That's all I'm saying. Hey, what's up, Ken? Yeah, I don't know. Oil, man, it's kind of weird. I think we're going to get a bounce today, obviously. I think we're going to rebound some today, but who knows? I might be wrong. What's the most you've made in one day from trading? About 1,700 or so. But that's not common at all. And usually when I did that, I was taking way too much risk, in my opinion. What's up, Douglas? What's up, Orange? How did you learn to day trade, and where would you recommend beginners to ramp up their learning? I mean, we've got a lot of good free content here. And if you want to go check out our website, it's kind of like a localized place for you to find free content. Not to shamelessly promote myself, but I'm going to shamelessly promote myself real quick. You can go check out our website, and we've got a lot of really dope content here, man. We've got a strategy section. You can see here. You go check out the strategy section. It's all free. We don't charge for anything. You can look at short patterns and see like full breakdowns on the stocks. We've got free day trading course that really has a bunch of different classes on risk reward calculation, building trading plans, understanding gaps, VWAP strategies. A lot of cool free stuff. You can also find this stuff on YouTube in our playlist section. But if you want to check that out, I'll post this link here to our site. What's up, Noah? What's up, bro? Sorry, man. I saw you message me on Discord yesterday. I forgot to get back to you, dude. My bad, bro. Trade what you know. If you know technicals, trade technicals. If you know the fundamentals for swings or something, then do that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, then go check out that Sky. Like I said, we're not experts or anything like that here. Like, we teach people what we know and what genuinely works. What we really teach people here is our system. And our system might not work for you. It obviously works for me, but it might not work for you. Like the way I trade, my system with all of it, like with long-term strategies, with short-term, it's all my system. So it might not work for you. And that's pretty common for things to not be super, for things to not translate well to other people. And that's something that you got to understand. So it might work for you, it might not. You just got to figure out if it meshes well with your personality. what's up, James? Nah, Mitch will be here. He's just not here yet. Yeah, no cost to download Thinkorswim. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I'm using these charts are Thinkorswim charts. I think Thinkorswim is the single best platform that has the most. It has the best. How do I say this? It has the most beneficial learning tools for new traders. I was trying to think of a good way to put it. It doesn't have the best fills, and I'm not talking about even like trading with Thinkorswim. But I'm talking about like if you download Thinkorswim here. Thinkorswim's a great platform, man. Listen, and I promote TEFs and TradeNet, and I use them because it's a great way to get around the PDT rule, and that bundle's great. And honestly, the TEFs platform is solid. But I think Thinkorswim platform is great for new traders because specifically you can use the on-demand feature and you can go back and paper trade any market day you want. I can go back and trade a month ago in practice on the weekends. And I think that tool is one of the best tools for traders to understand. It'll help traders practice their system at all times, and it'll help traders really learn how to build a trading plan and calculate risk reward by conditioning. They can do it over and over again. And I think that is incredibly beneficial for new traders. It also has Tetris. It has Minesweeper. It has all that stuff on there, man. It has Trader TV, and it's all free, man. Look. Oh no, what have I done? Here it is. Look at this. It's got Tetris. I can play Tetris if I want while I trade. It's got Minesweeper. I can play Minesweeper really quick. I can play Minesweeper if I want, and then I can just I can use the calculator here if I want to calculate up stuff. It's just the single most in-depth platform in my opinion. And I'm not even posting a link for Thinkorswim, but Thinkorswim's a good platform. I'll say that. I made a little bit of money yesterday. I think I ended the day up $160 or so. Hey, what's up, Bubba? Hey, thank you for becoming a member, man. I don't know if you were previously a member, but thank you, bro. Does becoming a member have a cost? Yeah. Yeah, it's like $4.99. I mean, I'm not really trying to like discourage becoming a member, but like we put some behind the scenes content, but it's mostly just a way to help support our free content. And so if you want to become a member, it's just a way to help support us for our free content. I mean, we appreciate all of our members here, don't get it twisted, and we really do. It's a great way to help support us. Everything we do is free. We don't charge for anything. We just kind of put everything out there for free. And so it's cool when people support us and understand, the gravity of what we're doing here. But look at the market. As I'm talking, the market is dropping down here. Look at this drop in the last 10 minutes or so. Market broke lows at 275. And, man, interesting. Let's switch back over to live news, see if I can catch any recent market catalysts. I'm not seeing anything, honestly, yet. Alright, we got Mitch in here, guys. Let me bring him in here. Hey, what's up, Two-Way? Hey, Two-Way, the champ is here. What's up, brother? Two-Way's the champ in here, guys. He's the champ. He's the champ. You know. What's up, Two-Way? How you doing, bro? He's the champ, man. He Daniel Cormier ain't got nothing on Two-Way, man. He's the champ. What's up, bro? Hope you're doing well, man. Shout out to my man Two-Way in here, gracing us with his presence today. Alright, let me get Mitch in here, guys. And then I gotta run to the restroom. I gotta take my stream once per stream bathroom break. I'll get old Richie Mitch in here. Here we go. Yo, what's up? What's up, Mitch? Here, let me get the volume right. Yo, what's up, guys? All right, let me know what the volume is like, team. That should be good now. We should be able to hear Mitch really well. What's up, Mitch? Test 1, 2. You mesh with my personality, wink. Oh, thank you, Sky. I appreciate it.
What's up?
What part of Louisiana y'all in? I'm not in Louisiana. I'm from Louisiana, but I'm not in Louisiana. What's up, Mitchy Rich?
What's up, man?
We got Mitchy Rich in the house today. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, bro. So I think your volume should be good. I'll see you in a minute.
All right, guys. What's going on, guys? How we doing? All right, traders. Good morning. Everybody say hello. If you're new to the chat, say hello. What's up, everybody? All right. How we doing? Trigger? How we doing? Daniel, Ken in the house. Of course, we got the Tiny Toons, Flux, Runion. What's going on, David, Orange, Rocket, Douglas? Healthier Health. What's up, man? How we doing? Noah, Jay, Sky, Rocket. What's up, James? How we doing? It's always good to see those greens in here. Bubbalicious, Corey, Bryce, Juan. What's going on, guys? Hey, Chris. What's up, guys? Let's do this. Enjoying the day, man. I had a great day yesterday. Enjoying the 420. Had a nice, lovely 420 pop as we traded TLRY yesterday. And, man, we were able to make some good money on that one yesterday. I hope someone else caught it also. We were able to make over $100 on TLRY yesterday. And that was getting that cannabis pop. So looks like the pot investors got high yesterday. Good morning, James. How we doing? Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Eunice. What's up, man? It's good to see everyone in here. Harris from London. What's up, man? I hope it's good over there in London. Hope things are getting better. Good to see everybody in the chat. Always, guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe. It definitely supports us. At the end of the day, guys, we do this absolutely free. The reason we keep it free, guys, is so that we don't have to charge. We don't have to say that we're not like the gurus out here, guys. This is what I would call the Furu channel, man. We ain't trying to act like we gurus here. We just working our way every day, building our system. What was my P&L yesterday? Yesterday I finished up over $100. If you actually check our Discord, we have a Discord that we post up, our gains and stuff, and you can see all our trades. Even when we take trades that are not on stream, we only stay on stream towards about 12 o'clock Eastern time. John made over. Looks like he made 164. I made like. Let me see in the Discord, just so I can be more accurate than just guessing. It was like 100 and something, 120. See how much I made here. Yeah, about $104 yesterday. Not too bad. Over $100. What's the delay on the stream? Well, Anderson, we have a little small delay, and that's just because of TradeNet. Really, And that's why we go ahead and do that. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look here. So what's going to be up? What's going to be down, guys? Of course, we got financials still leading us down, guys. I can take a look at here, this chart right here, XX30, which represents the financial services. And we can look at this weekly chart and daily chart, and we can start seeing that decline here. We need to see this one start coming right back down. I can think this one's going to start heading down towards the support. So you can see these financial companies come down. Yesterday, I talked about Citigroup, potential short in Citigroup. And what do we get? We got to bounce up, and it just flushed right back down to the support. I'm going to be looking for this one today to see if it holds 44 on the upside. If not, I think this one could be heading down towards 41. You could look at Bank of America and others. Discord, I'm going to put it up for you right now. I got you guys. I'm sorry. Right here. Let's put up. Hold on. Let me get the invite here.
Yeah, it's from the delay's actually from Trade Ideas. In order to stream Trade Ideas scanners, there has to be a slight delay, but it's negligible.
Yeah. You would never know, Matt. You would never know. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm looking for the financial sector to come down. We also have, we could look into down right now. You got the industrials. Of course, you got energy down, and that's, I think, mainly because of the oil game. Oil. I heard even this morning, did you hear USO got halted?
I didn't.
They halted it, man, because of this pre-market move. It made more than, I think, a 10% move in pre-market, 20% move down, almost 40% move down in pre-market. So oil is going down to the almost zero level here. We can see it come down here. 872 million shares traded on oil, and you can see it really down here, all the way down to 375. And now has tanked down all the way down. The lowest point today was 223, man. So it's going to be really crazy. Really interesting to see what happens in oil today. I think you might, by the time the open comes, get some consolidation time. So I'm going to be looking for this one mainly to choose a direction. Later on in the afternoon, I think we're going to get some consolidation here for a little bit, but let's say ones like Gush and certain ones like that, I could look for them to pop at the open and then short them afterwards. That's one of the things I can look.
Yeah, for sure, man. Oil's just getting smashed today, man. Huge drops. I saw a lot of people on Facebook actually complaining about the oil prices dropping. I can go over the commodities whenever you're finished. So the ETF preview is out just now. It just came out. So I can go over that once you're done, Mitch. And it talks about some of this stuff as well. But yeah, rough day.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's see what we got. What else do we got here? Healthcare is still significantly up. Probably the strongest sector right now. The only one in the green. Let's see what we got.
Have you made money with ships before?
All right, guys. I'm going to give you guys right here a stock that's been ripping up. Really hot. This is going to be Flare in the technology sector. Why? Because they have an outstanding product in thermal imaging.
Oh, that's what it was, man. Okay. Because I was actually wondering what the catalyst for that was, like what it was. So that actually makes sense.
Boom, I got you, bro. Leave it up to me to find the research.
Right.
I always try to find even more, and I got you guys more.
Yeah,
all right, guys. Sure. So there's two companies that are going to be moving with this move. You have this one, which is the primary move. Why is it the primary move? Because it's the number one leader in that industry, and that's the only thing they make. So if that's the only thing they make, they're usually more intended to be specialized. That specialization usually ends up being better research. What ends up being better research leads to a better product. That's just normal. The other company that's with this one is FTV, and this is the competitor. This is the Fluke camera, and the Fluke camera also is going to be used for this thermal imaging. I think companies are really going to start thinking about kind of how they're going to go ahead and protect their employees or customers in the future. This is not only for the coronavirus, but viruses to come. I think you're going to really start seeing a change in technology towards protection. And protection companies will be starting to come out, and these products will be coming hot in the next, I think, 6 to 10 months. I'm personally looking into these opportunities, not just in stocks, but in also business opportunities. So I definitely think there's some opportunities here for these companies to make some great gains. These companies actually got hit down with this move with the overall market, but I don't think it's ever going to get back down to the lows. And the reason why is just that it's going to get hot, like kind of, let's say Kroger's got hot or Peloton got hot. And I think the story on these is a good story. It has a good balance. So what I would look for is for these companies to find some balance, find some support first before it wants to run again. But these companies could not look back. I think 40 is a good one on Flare. And then you could look at that one, FLIR. I think it's making its way. I think 45 is definitely in picture. Eventually, I think this one can get up to 50. But I think 45 is definitely in play. This one's going to be moving about, I say, about $3 range during the intraday market. And so you got to be careful with this one also.
Yeah, you also see MYSZ, my size, popping up on the gappers list today. It was nostalgic for a little while. You remember my size, MYSZ? Yeah, where can I see your free content? You can go to our YouTube playlist section, Ricky, or you could go to that website, the beginnertrading.net website. We've got free content on both, man. It's all free. How to split screen on Samsung? No idea.
You can. This is the way. Google it. I've done it before.
Oh yeah.
I stink at it.
I have done it before.
Phone technology. I stink at it. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I have done that before too. I can't remember how I did it though. I feel like you hold one of the buttons on the side, or it's like you hold one of the buttons down and it splits it. I can't remember which one it is though. But yeah, look at MYSZ, Mitch. Remember my size? It's like the app that takes pictures and measures your clothes size. They're gapping, man. It had been a few years since I saw them.
All right, another one that I'm going to be looking for, guys, is not these companies, but I'm going to be looking also for oils to calm down. You can look at Bank of America to come down. They're really starting to find the bottom. An interesting one to watch, guys. Major support in United Airlines and also LUV. LUV is the interesting one, I think, out of all of them, and it's going to lead the industry of airlines. I'm actually even long-term in airlines right now. I'm in JetBlue, but I'm not stressing because this is a long-term position for me. Regardless if it comes down, I'm looking for lower levels to add into my position and then let it come back up because these are not going to find the bottom really, I think, until we find a cure. But this one has a huge support underneath it at 30. It's been trying to kind of break that 30 and hasn't been able to. But if it does get the momentum today to break through the 30 and head through the 29s, I think you can get a big move in the airlines, because this one will lead that breakdown, and you should see the other ones at least head down towards their support. It doesn't mean that they'll head down to daily support, but they should at least head down towards support if you see this one start leading the industry and leading it down. You see how big it's been holding at that 30. It's going to be vital to it, guys. Always daily resistance, daily support, with big volume breaking down or breaking up through it will always give you kind of that momentum push. All right, let's see how gold's doing today. Look at this gold chart, guys. This is why you buy gold when the market's going down, guys. And a lot of the times what happens is gold gets priced in. So when the market was first going down, it was over here. It was already in the 21s. So people were like, oh, I need to buy gold right now. No, you need to wait a second. A lot of the times when we get these big market moves, gold will actually freeze up for a second, because the smart investors got in earlier. They got in at this 18 point, and then it got up to the 22s. It actually came back down all the way to the 14 long-term support, and then has skyrocketed back up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight weeks of green in gold. You could eventually see gold pulling back if we kind of reach a far enough extension up. I think that level up could go all the way up to 30. Right now we're in the 26, and that next level up to 30s. All right, guys, let me see what else we have here. Technology, health information services up, of course. Companies like Teladoc, companies like that. MTBC, a little bit more of the penny stock game that you can look to see if this comes up today. MTBC, it's a medical game today, and it's looking good for the day. Big resistance at $7. Could probably go up towards $7.50, if not $8 today. Definitely one in play, one to watch. That's MTBC.
All right, guys. Sorry, I was talking to somebody trying to get the Discord straight, but it sounds like we got it working. What's up, guys?
Penny stocks going crazy right now is CYCC. You can watch that one. That one went absolutely crazy yesterday.
Yeah, that's an old school one, man.
Did you see that run yesterday? Bro, this one went from 10 to like $20 real quick.
Yeah, I see it now, man. That's crazy. Look at that thing. Hey, honestly, this one is a former runner. I've seen this one go crazy before, honestly.
Yeah.
We've had a few ones go crazy.
Piled in.
Yeah, for sure. A squeeze up and then a sell off, which is pretty common. Appreciate the sub, Doug Clove.
Yeah, these daily charts tell you it all.
Yeah.
See all these wicks? This is why I don't stay long term in penny stocks.
Right, we had some guy this morning that was like, thanks to you, I'm leaving penny stocks. And because I think you really realize after a certain point, you really realize what the name of the game is with penny stocks, which is just selling courses, flashing Lamborghinis and prop money, and then using that to sell courses. Listen, you can make money with it, but it's less reliable. It's a lower percentage play, in my opinion.
It's kind of a real super long shot. If you're not thinking about it as a long shot, then you're in the wrong game. You're just in the wrong game.
Yeah, you've probably been seeing some Lamborghinis then,
Yeah, because it's not that it can't make you money, but the odds are against you. 100%. Actually. And that's what you need to understand. If you can understand that, then it's not too bad. Let's say you throw $50, you try to make $400.
Right. But the
It's
problem,
not a bad investment. But if you're trying to throw thousands of dollars,
you're gonna lose it. And the problem is that people genuinely think that you can take $1,000 and just easily turn it into 20K by watching some course that some guy in front of a Lamborghini sells you on YouTube, right? That everybody thinks that, man. Everybody's like, oh, I turned 13,000 into 7.3 million. It's like, no, you didn't, man. And if you did do that, you probably did that by pumping up stocks to followers and then profiting off of them that way. It's like, look, I get it. Like, you could flash whatever you want at me, but in the end, it's almost always BS. And people don't want to believe it because it kind of shatters their dreams. They think they're going to turn $1,000 into 20K. And then when they can't, they blame the market. When it's not the market, it's really just how the state of penny stock teaching is on YouTube. We do have the ETF preview that came out for the SPY. I would like to go over that real quick before the market opens up here.
Go for it, bud.
Okay, so the SPY is down big today. It's mostly from oil prices dropping, but I'm going to go ahead and read this, and this is from MT Newswires. It says, quote, stock futures were in negative territory ahead of the opening as crude oil prices continued to slump. The May contract of the West Texas Intermediate crude oil, which expires Tuesday, narrowed its losses to around minus $4 BBL. Meanwhile, the June contract dropped more than 21% as the supply glut continues. In economic data news, existing home sales for March are expected to come in at a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 5.33 million, compared with the 5.770 million estimate. We also have to look into commodities really quick. Like I said, commodities are the real reason the market is kind of going crazy. May WTI crude remains in negative territory at minus 450 barrel. And so, like, if we look at UWT, we're getting crazy low prices. We can look at the U.S. oil fund and see that just oil is dropping substantially here. But improving after the closing at minus 37.63 on the New York Mercantile Exchange on Monday. The U.S. oil fund is down 20%. Natural gas is up roughly 1%. We can look at like UGAZ and see natural gas is up roughly 1%. And the U.S. natural gas fund, which is UNG, was off 0.6%. And so that's really the market news today, guys. Big catalyst is oil today. Oil is dropping the market pretty substantially this morning. So we'll see what happens, but that is what's going down here.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the big bets placed downwards now. I mean, if you're placing a bet upwards now, how much do you have room up? There's not much room on the upside. The big bets are placed on the downside now, and that's the pressure that you're seeing, guys. The pressure of earnings, the pressure of the economical data, and also just a view on overall charts that we're definitely on the top side. We need some great news to keep us going up, and any bad news should put us really into hurting, just because the levels are just extended on the top side. We need really good news to keep us up, and I think any little bad news will keep smacking us down right here.
Right, 100%. We got a lot of people upset about penny stocks. But listen, I'm not saying you can't make money with them. I'm really not. Like, of course you can make money with penny stocks. Like, I know Two-Way kills it with penny stocks. And so I'm really not trying to hate on penny stock traders. I know it seems that way, but I'm not. What I'm more so hating is the entire sector of Lamborghinis and fake prop money, flashing it to young, naive traders and getting them to buy sketchy, overpriced trading courses. I think that is, in the penny stock game, that is the most common thing you see. And like, I get it, man. I get it. Not all courses are bad. I'm not against courses. Like, obviously I push TradeNet and TEFs and, but they're a cheap course that gives you a lot more. Like, it's not just a course. And like, the reality is, like, a lot of penny stocks, like, again, you just get into that mode where you're just seeing Lamborghinis and fake money and people are pushing penny stocks. And in my opinion, they're a lower percentage play. Again, maybe that's just because I don't trade them well. From my experience, they're harder to trade. There's the market, guys. Let's do this. Either way, if you trade penny stocks, I still love you.
All right, guys. I just wanted to cover something for someone in the chat. It's on stocks. Shipping is up and ports are up because of one sole reason. Who holds the oil? The ports and the shipping.
Yeah.
Who's making money in oil right now? The tankers, the tanking companies, the ones that can hold all the oil, all that excess oil they need to hold. They're charging up. They used to charge up to $40,000 to hold oil on the tanker. Now they're charging $100,000 to hold oil on the tanker. What's going to happen? Boom.
Yeah. All right,
What was the watch stock that started with an M? Let me think. Oh,
MBRX?
that was the MYS, the my size.
Oh, my size. I don't know if I'm even watching that one. I don't really. It didn't have enough volume for me, really.
They just
but,
wanted the lower. That's what he's asking, though.
Yeah.
That's MYSZ.
Yeah, that's just kind of a nostalgic stock for me because.
We've been seeing that one for years.
Yeah, man. That's what I said this morning. My size, man. I've seen that thing for years, for sure.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm thinking downwards for cannabis stocks, at least out the gates. I would need to see massive uplift. They're near the tops for sure.
I have a lot of friends in oil in Louisiana. I can tell the oil. Yeah, I'm from Louisiana, so 100%. Louisiana, Texas economy is propped up on oil, certainly. Yeah, it's just kind of, that's it. But yeah, I'm from Louisiana, so I got a lot of friends in the oil industry too.
Right, guys, out the gates, I'm not going to be trading reversals until after the first hour. So at first, you guys might see me take some small time trades on fades and bounces.
Yeah, market's popping up a little bit this morning. AMD ripping, MU not doing much. But AMD, second day in a row, this thing's gone crazy.
Remember, the market was big down in pre-market, and it's not big, but it just went. It had a like nothing up move. And whenever I see that, I usually get a tendency of thinking that we'll get a small bounce back at least at the beginning. AMD pushing hard.
Yeah, I was just about to say AMD ripping up this morning, man. Another huge move on the upside. Tech stocks are going to be a little bit more resilient than other stocks during this time. All right, so yeah, we're getting some moves here. We'll wait. Yeah, no stress. But yeah, I guess what I'm really trying to say with penny stocks is that a lot of new traders run to penny stocks and it's harder to trade them and it's more risky. I'm not saying you can't make money. Let me just clarify that. I'm just saying it's harder to trade.
Right, guys, MU flip there, looking good here. Flipped fast there. Wanted to grab it at 70, but it went really quickly there through the 80s. Yeah, that was a good trade idea. And you get a little faster on those, but it was nice because it came right back down to the support and it held it really well at 73s. When it bounced up there to 80s, I grabbed it, immediately could sell it there at 43s.
All right, market popping up. I think it's going to break highs here, and then we're going to get a squeeze up in a lot of these other stocks. So market might break a little bit of highs here. I'm going to take small size at first, but we'll see. Okay, big rejection, so I'm not going to take any. Going to wait. Big rejection. We get a low break. I'm going to love to short into like MU here. Maybe AMD too, but we're getting a big reversal here.
All right, guys, looking for flare here to come back down to 42s. TLRY breaking out there to 7. CGC breaking out there to 1538 5s.
We also had somebody here that asked if there was a new $300 limit rule on TEFs. I'm not saying anything, and I reached out to my contact with them, and he said that was fake news, that there's no $300 like daily limit that he knows of, and he's reaching in to check a little bit more into it, but from what he understands, there's not. So that's a good thing. Alright, so here's the market crack. I'm going to jump into AMD, it seems. I'm in with 200 shares of AMD. Trying to be patient with it and see if we can crack under these levels. A very small trade. We're gonna just see if we can get under the whole $1.57 is the ideal reward target here. And market's looking weak, so we shouldn't have a problem, I would think, getting there. But AMD's had a mind of its own lately. Maybe MU was the one to short. Ooh, I'm gonna get out. Big squeeze, $30 loss. AMD, I'm just kind of experimenting with it, but that one is a little squeeze-ish. And I gotta look at the range too. I think the time to get in would have been at this low break, and I think AMD being a little bit stronger there was just a worse play, but that's all right. $30 loss, still small. Every day I've been kind of maybe taking a little loss in the morning and then slowly rebounding the rest of the day, so we'll see what we get. Hey, nice Zix. Nice work, bro. Yeah, 100% Joshua. I'm right there too. Free Joe Exotic, I'm with you. Free the man. Honestly, he was a dude. Let me be real for a second. I think Joe was funny and hilarious, but he was also a scumbag, man. Like, I get it. It's the cool thing. I mean, I think Carol Baskin killed her husband too, certainly. But Joe was, you know, he wasn't innocent either. That dude was a terrible zookeeper. There's a little bit of a bounce. I could short into MU on this little bounce here. Anticipating we hold under the $half level here is a terrible play. Just depends on what I think the stock market's gonna do.
Thinking about flare here.
Yeah, I think a lot of it. Yeah, go ahead.
Good view up bounce opportunity here, but it's a bigger risk here. You're talking about 30-40 cents risk here.
Yeah, I just jumped in MU at this low. It might be a bad move, but it's just a small trade too. I'm just trying to get my feet wet so far this morning. Just need this follow through. Market breaks lows. It should be fine, but squeeze up. Another $30 loss, just small. Trying to get my feet wet, so give me a minute, guys, and I'm sure I'll get back on track. First few trades haven't worked out, but we're still down a pretty small amount.
Trying to get in here and flare. 100 shares at 80.
Put you up. Oh, put your window up.
All right, just give me 1 second. It's a little bit. Trying to pay attention and get in here. If I get it in, I'll definitely put it up. I still haven't even got it in.
All right, so there's the market breaking lows here. Big low break.
All right, canceling down for right now, guys. It's like holding way too much there, so I think it might try to another down move. There you go. It's pushing up there a little bit there. Now 42.02s. Definitely an interesting one because you have a bottom at 70s. All right, let's go ahead and look around. Let's see what I can find on my charts. 5-minute VWAP being touched for CCL.
Market ripping lows, breaking lows here.
Look for stocks that were up. Start running through some stocks here. Looking for stocks to short into.
Yeah, I got a little bit on MU here, just 100 shares though. I'm gonna slow it down for myself and try to slowly grind it up a little bit with smaller size. Now I'm up like $12. but I'm gonna slow it down at first here. Get out roughly break even if I can. Market bouncing a little bit. I'm just gonna get out there and take my little profit from it. See, it's weird. I can't see the SPY on this chart that I have up here. I'm gonna have to switch this.
There you go. Big VWAP bounce there. It went up and down really quickly, guys. Be careful with that one. That one's moving crazy right now. What happened there? This one is wild today. Be careful with that FLIR. It's really wild.
See if the market picks a downward trend here. Starts to get rejected off the view up. Fade looks to be working pretty well today. So far, at least.
Alright, might scalp a little VWAP bounce here. LVS pulling back to the VWAP here. 79, 80s. Could just keep going up though.
Nice little breakdown on AMD. I caught a little bit of this move here with 100 shares. I'm down like 48 bucks, so still small. There's that low break on MU or AMD. That probably looked favorable there. It's a little bit too late for me though. Next step I'm gonna look for is that low break on MD. Oh wait, I'm not up. I'm gonna put myself up for a second. See if we think the market's gonna get rejected at this low break right here, or at this opening range low, we can anticipate a short with a lot of these moves. Ooh, beautiful short for AMD. Same strategy I went over this past week, and I just missed the last one. But a big drop in AMD. I might short into it with just a few hundred shares since AMD's had a huge range lately. I need a bounce though. It doesn't look like it's gonna look back. We get a bounce up to 56.80. I might short into AMD, but we need the bounce up there first. Just to show you. There we go. 63s. I need to bounce up to like here. Don't think we're gonna get it. Yeah, there it goes. So we're getting a little bit of a bounce.
All right, guys, starting to think about shorting the cannabis industry here.
70s. I'm gonna short into this move. It's not the 80s that I wanted, but I'm in with 100 shares. And I don't hate adding to this one either. Can use that 84 level just about as my risk, and it's still pretty small, right around here. Ooh, market is reversing. I'm out. Squeezed. It's only $67 down, so it's actually a pretty small day for how much I've traded. Market's squeezing up big, though. Like I said, I think we're probably going to get a rebound today just because of how far down the market is, honestly. We'll see. If we do, I'm going to have to switch my bias to long. Watching the SPY here. We should get a break at some point today. I think we'll break this, but that's what we really gotta watch for. It's like 277s or so. What's up, guys? I trade options sometimes. What's up, Jono? What's up, bro? AMD might have faked me out there, honestly. Popped up, faked me out, and then dropped back. Alright, market's popping up here. I'm gonna get in with 100 shares again and just try to. I'm just trying to feel it out this morning. Just a small few trades with 100 shares. Ideally, I'm looking for the eventual low of the day break. I think if the market pushes up, it's going to influence this, but it's just 100 shares.
I'm looking for FLIR to try to fake out one more time here to catch some more buyers, let it come back down towards the support, and then I'll take it. I'll take a chance for it to come back all the way up. Looks like it's trying to break out here. Let's see if it just traps some buyers. Square looking good on the upside, guys.
I'm gonna get out. I just don't like the moves here for AMD. I'm taking a bunch of little losses. But the name of the game the last few days has been rebounding later on, so maybe I should not trade that first few minutes, I think. It might be something I should consider. I know I was actually pretty accurate in that first 30 minutes or so the last few weeks, but it might be time for me to take a step back and wait for... honestly, I think what I'm really doing is I'm being less strict with my trades, unfortunately, and I think that is causing me to trade more than I need to. So I just kind of got to get in my zone and I'll be alright, I think.
All right, guys, looking for that one more dip here in FLIR. Think we're gonna get it here. It's gonna be quick.
Jumped in AMD on this final break that faked me out like 3 or 4 times with 100 shares. Made a little bit. See if we get the crack under the whole dollar here. There we go. That's the break I wanted.
All right, guys, it just held the VWAP and starting to break on the upside. It could look like you want to scalp it if you wanted to, but I'm not gonna scalp.
I just got out of AMD there. Oh, sorry, bro.
Nah, it's just not my thing, but it definitely looked like it held VWAP there. VWAP bounce work there. FLIR.
Yeah, I ended up getting out of AMD. I got a nice little 30-40 bucks. I'm only down like a little bit under 60 now. I'll end up fighting back and slowly making it back, I think, like I've been doing for a while now. But gotta get in my zone. I've noticed like the first few trades, it's just kind of the first few trades of the day, and then once I kind of start to get into a rhythm, that's when I start to do well. And you know, I'm able to get really small moves, but see the momentum. I jumped in 100 shares of MU just now. I'm gonna look for an in and out trade. I'm not gonna scale out of this one at all, and I'm just gonna see if we get a move to the whole $1.42. I like the quick bounce we got, and if the SPY itself rejects under the VWAP and looks really weak, it should drag this one down. I should be able to make a solid win with just 100 shares.
All right, thinking about a VWAP bounce here, LVS, but it would be a red to green move, so you gotta be careful.
I'm guessing I'll use 25 as my risk here for this MU trade. Like 42.25. I'm gonna get out there. Big squeeze. It's alright, still small.
LVS squeezing for me also. I haven't got an in here, but looks good. Good VWAP bounce so far.
Market seems bullish. Market sideways right now. It looks like it will eventually push up, I think. If you look at the SPY, look at 277.30 is the high of the day. If we break that, we're going to get a lot of big upward moves in a lot of these stocks, I think. We're actually testing that area now. And so, yeah, watch that level break. We're at 277.15. We break 30. We're going to squeeze up. Lately, I've just had a little bit of chop at the beginning of the day, I think.
Internet's struggling for me. Come on, internet. Yeah, my charts aren't showing.
Oh. Yeah, I jumped in 200 shares of CGC. I'm anticipating maybe the market breaks highs, and so I'm getting in a little bit early here. And if it doesn't work, it's okay too. But that's what I'm anticipating. If the market squeezes up and breaks highs, it should drag this one up theoretically. Even though they're different sectors, CGC is usually influenced by the market a lot. Here's the market squeeze up.
Only I had charts.
That happens, bro. I'm getting squeezed out of my CGC trade anyway.
I want to get in LVS there at 42, but can't do it if I have no charts.
Yeah. Use Tef's charts if you got to. You know?
Yeah, if I got to. I paid too much though for these.
Yeah, I get it.
Gotta restart.
All right, here's the market squeeze up. Like I said, should theoretically drag my trade up as well. There's the squeeze up. Break of the highs in the market.
42.11s. It's a good VWAP bounce there.
All right, market did break highs. Come on, CGC, let's drag you up. I know you're a cannabis stock and you're not really related to the market, but usually you follow it enough to make a little gain from it with my little 200 shares.
On the struggles.
Now the next step is to see if the market holds that previous high as support. There we go. There's a little bit of a squeeze. The spread is making it hard to profit from this on CGC though. Alright, let's get enough to take some profit from this one if we can. There we go. Ah, come on.
This is no fun for me.
CGC and its dumb spread, man.
Gurg.
I guess I could hold this break even if I wanted to, but I'll let it work, see if we get another squeeze up. Nah, CGC just didn't react enough to relative to what I took in it. That's alright. And see if we start holding some highs up here. Called the market move, just CGC didn't react to it as much as I would really prefer it to. Now the next thing is just do we feel like holding it through a test of that support at 277.30? We'll see. The spread's just opening up. It's one of the reasons I don't trade CGC as much as I used to, is because the spread is not as favorable. It has less liquidity.
Someday my charts will come back. I don't understand it either. My internet's working. So I have no idea. What is going on here? This is why you record your screens.
Alright, so now we're at that 277.30 level. This is the level where we got to analyze whether the market's going to bounce here or not. If we think the market's going to bounce here, I mean, I'm not going to add any more to my CGC trade, but we're going to hope it drags this trade up enough. If the market doesn't bounce here, it's going to look a little bit weaker. Either way, I'm in a tiny position, so it's not super influential either way, but
Good lord, this is horrible.
there we go. We did bounce off that level. Exactly the level I talked about, 277.30. Now the next step is to see if CGC actually is influenced by it a little bit more.
When your test is way better than your paid charting. If I hear anybody diss Tefs, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, Tefs is solid. I mean, you know, they maintain, they work, you know.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
It's that low latency.
Yeah.
I like low latency programs.
Yep.
You don't need things to be that crazy.
gonna take half off here just to protect myself. I don't like how that was moving. I don't like how the market is quickly reversing here. I'm probably gonna get out the rest there and just take the small win. Market is very quickly reversing underneath that big previous high there, and so I think that's gonna drag a lot of stuff down here with this weakness because it does look weak. Small green trade on that one, and we'll see what else we can find, but still a very small day so far.
Going crazy.
Yeah, just use TAFs, you know.
It's just annoying me.
It happens. Nah, he's talking about TC 2000. We got 410 people in here, guys. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this live for free every weekday morning right here on YouTube. And so if you appreciate the free content we put out, hit that like and subscribe button. We do this live every single day. Yeah, see, there's the drop in CGC. Glad I exited. I'm gonna move on from CGC though. I noticed myself noticeably. I was noticeably more frustrated from the spread in CGC, and so I'm gonna just avoid that one. The spread's just a little bit too big for me. I don't like 3-4 cent spread stocks. I'd rather a 1 cent spread stock all day.
Yo, my internet is just sucking on every aspect.
Comcast life. You gotta upgrade to that gigabit, man. They should have it by you. Update to gigabit. You'll be alright. It's like $130 a month, unlimited.
I just think it's unnecessary. They can't give me 400. Who's to say they're gonna give me a gig?
Well, they won't. A gig is kind of the maximum, but like mine consistently runs at 400 to 500,000. That's really the maximum. So it's like I can at some times get up to 1,000 megabits per second, but not always for sure.
Man, been trying to trade this flare, but not gonna happen. No charts.
What is it? FLIR? Yeah, it's tradable.
Yeah, the only thing is that charting's still not working on either.
TAFs either?
Yeah.
Oh, well then that's your internet. You want a promotion? You are promoted, bro. You're promoted to executive.
I'll be back, John.
Chat member. All right, no stress, bro. I'm not trading the stock right now, though, bro. Anderson, I'm just gonna sit in here. I got the SPY up because that's really what I'm watching. I might short into MU, but the market's bouncing, so I think MU is actually gonna bounce here with it. Just depends on if the market squeezes back up. And if it does, maybe I can take some long setups, but I don't see anything that looks super favorable. The stocks I'm trading right now aren't really following the market like that. So the one I like the most is probably Uber here. So we'll see. I gotta study the range a little bit. About 20 cents, about 10 cents, 20 cents of risk. And so with that, I'll take a few hundred shares. It honestly depends on what the market does here. I don't hate Uber though, because Uber's got a tight spread. And if the market squeezes up, I'm gonna jump in with 200 shares of Uber here, and I'll put it up so you guys can see it. This is the Uber chart. What I'm doing here is I'm anticipating that this level holds as support. We'll see if it works. Market needs to push up. I'm gonna let it test this level. Hopefully it holds support. Again, I think it really depends on what the market does, and the market's just not super favorable for me right now. Market's trying.
Just like I'm trying.
Hey, bro. You gotta get that internet. Hey, maybe unplug it and just restart it, man. Unplug it for 20 seconds, restart it, and then see if that fixes it. That's what helps me a lot of the time if mine's screwing up. Big loss there for Uber with 200 shares. Just, honestly, I'm not getting the market to really work with me, because it's like, here's the market. You know, we want it to, this is ideally what we want the market to do, right? We wanted the market to, this is what we essentially bet on, is push above this previous closing price and then ripped up here. But instead, it's just chopping over this opening range, and that's tough to trade. We'll see if we can find anything else. It's still a pretty small day, all things considered. Like, I'm down $85, less than $100, and with everything that, you know, let's see, my account starting the day was at $2,753 in profit. So not too bad there, really. But we need the market to work with us here, and it's just not, unfortunately. Which happens. No stress either way. Again, the good part about winning every day is that it makes losing easier to handle. Hey, I appreciate the sub, guys. Welcome. Who subbed? James Chan, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, I have unlimited bandwidth. It's like $130 a month. And I forgot 5G as well. I don't really use it. I usually use the 2.7G because it's more consistent. It's alright, Jay. Like I said, if you go back and watch every stream, you know, it's been like a almost 3-week green streak. And the cool thing is that I've streamed it all live on YouTube. And so that's something I'm really proud of, is that I actually went on that green streak, and you can go back and verify it by looking at every day and seeing what my P&L is at the end of every day. And you'll see I've been green every single day for the last 3 weeks, roughly. And so with that, again, you know, losing days don't bother me as much, and I'm not even sure today's going to be a losing day. Lately, I've been rebounding towards the end, and so really what I need to do is, like I mentioned earlier, I need to wait for good momentum on my side, and right now we're just not getting anything. The market's just kind of choppy, so if we could wait for that choppiness to end and get some good momentum plays, then we'll be fine. Hey, see you, Lorenzo. Carol's okay, man. She woke up a bunch of times last night. She's been having breathing problems, man. And so, like, she's been having trouble breathing. And, like, yesterday she had to, like, get in the shower and sit down and like, get a bunch of Vicks so she could breathe better. But she's just been coughing a lot. Like I said, she got the coronavirus test yesterday, but the results aren't going to be in until Thursday. And so it's going to be a little bit before the results are even in for that. But we're waiting to see. She was up a bunch last night, so I was up a bunch last night. And she's just been sick, man. It's like when it rains, it pours. Like she's been having stomach issues and then breathing problems, and so it's just kind of one thing after another, honestly. Take it slow. Any tips for beginners? Take it slow, trade small. Don't rush it when you're a brand new trader. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Ivan. Thank you, bro. I'm going to jump in short on AMD here for a very small position. See if we could ride it down for a little bit. Anticipating that we're going to hold under 55 or 56. Try to ride this down with the market reversal in the trend, and if not, it's so small it doesn't matter. I don't really like trading this one super often, just this low at the daybreak. And that's why I'm taking it with 100 shares, just very small. And so if it squeezes against me, I'll be all right. Ideally, what we're looking for is a rejection under that previous low. Got my hand over the cover button, but I'm watching it, kind of reading it. Market getting rejected under the VWAP looks good here. Like I said, it's just 100 shares. I'm waiting for some big swings, and it really just depends on what the market gives me here. I'm gonna get out there. Just too big of a bounce. I think I'm letting myself get too impatient, but only $100 down today, which is pretty small. Hey, thanks, Bubba. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, well, they said Thursday. Unless they've called us since and like tried to update us, they said Thursday. And so we'll see. It's just been a stressful few days, man. She just hasn't been able to do much. AMD faked me out there. She just hasn't been able to do too much. I've been having to do most of it, and that's all right. But she's just been like, she had stomach issues, and I think it was because she's been taking antibiotics because she's scared she has a lung infection. And so she's on like cyclo something, like a really strong antibiotic. And so with that, it causes like stomach issues and like, you know, nausea and all that stuff with it. Yeah, AMD faked me out by like a penny or two there, but that's okay. But yeah, it causes stomach pain and like nausea, and so she's on these antibiotics, and she only has 1 day left of that. Luckily, I think a lot of that is causing, you know, the bad symptoms, but it's also like she's been coughing nonstop, and she has asthma as well. I don't think it's coronavirus. Like, she hasn't had a fever or anything like that, and if it is coronavirus, then that almost certainly means that we've already had it, which is a good thing, I guess. But it's a bad thing in that it's affecting her. But I don't think it's coronavirus. But if it is, you know, we'll get that result on Thursday. We have a free course if you just look in our playlist section, Christian. But yeah, we have a free course. Just go to our playlist section and on YouTube and look at the free day trading course section. It's completely free. I was just about to short MU and then it dropped. Market's kind of popping though. I'm just waiting. Honestly, this has been one of the rougher mornings I've had in a while, so I'm just going to wait, and like I said, try to find some good momentum plays. I need the market to pick a trend, is all I'm really waiting for. So, like, this is bad, actually, this bounce here, because then it's just choppy. Like, I would more so rather it to stick in one direction, you know, continue heading down so I can short off of momentum, but when we're just getting up and down, it's just not super favorable. Yeah, I don't mind that drop. If we get a break under here, I'll short into the SPY, or I'll short into something else. We just need a break. I'm going to short into a little bit of MU. I might be being a little overzealous here, but I don't hate this move. We just need a full breakdown. Market looks weak, so like I said, this is the move I really ideally wanted to short into. Let's see if we can break lows here is what we really want to see. Let's get this low crack on MU so I can kind of take some profits into it. We get one more drop down to 91. I'll take profits, but we need 91. Here's 91. I'm going to take half off there. Hold the last little 100 to see what we get. Try to take the rest off at about 85. Market bouncing again, so just a really choppy day, team. I appreciate the advice, guys. I'm just not seeing it, so thank you, team. Yeah, for sure. And that's really what we need to do is just have her stay. She's okay. Like she's up right now. But it's just a tough thing, man, where we're trying to figure out the right thing to do, but she got a test luckily, and that should help kind of tell us what's going on, you know. I'm going to actually add another 100 shares here of MU. Anticipate that it's going to reject off of this whole dollar like this, and then try to take profit on a downward move. There we go. I'm going to take another half off there and then hold this 100. I really like that add level where we get a bounce right back to the whole dollar. See if we get a break of these lows here on the rest for MU. Market looks weak, so we should get that, I think. I don't like this reversal though. Looked like that was a fake out. Good. Nice. I'm gonna get out the rest here. And so slowly a little edging my way back, only down 78. Finally getting some type of like momentum here with the market. Now it's dropping nicely. Netflix actually just recently broke under the previous closing price as well. Okay, thanks, Isaac. Yeah, the wheat stocks have just been less volatile. I'm glad I got out of MU. Look at this bounce in the SPY. We're just getting choppy today, guys. It's hard to trade for me. With my momentum-based scalps, when we don't get momentum, it's just hard to trade. Eventually we will, and that's something that I've learned since I've been scalping, is that eventually we get momentum. You just gotta wait it out and be patient during that time, which I don't think I necessarily have been. But we'll get some eventually. See where Mitch at? What happened to Mitch? Oh, here he is. Mitch said his internet's still struggling. Hey. My wife's giving me a bunch of vitamins. Thank you. Yeah, hold on. Sorry, I had to talk to my wife real quick. She's got to do a breathing treatment in a second, so we're gonna have to mute it, she said, basically. I'm gonna look at Netflix here. I gotta figure out what kind of share size to take with this, though. I don't hate, like, anticipation of a rejection at this previous closing price. I'm gonna initially get in 20 shares here, and then, I don't know how big of size. I think that's fairly small size for Netflix. So we'll see what we get, but I'm only in with 20 shares. What I'm doing here is I'm anticipating that Netflix holds this previous close as resistance, and if it doesn't, I'm just gonna get out. So like you see this level here, I'm anticipating that we hold. And I can let it test that level, but ideally we'd like to see it hold. Squeezed above it, just a little bit too big of a range for my style, I think. Yeah, I'm not being super patient today. I mean, it's pretty small. Honestly, we're just getting, and what I mean by sideways, guys, is like if you look at the market here, like this is what we're getting. We might have a big range on the day, but like look at this, we're going down below the VWAP, we're crossing above the VWAP, we're going down below the VWAP again, we're crossing above the VWAP, and so we're just very neutral trend. Like if we draw out the range here, you can see we're pretty sideways. You know, well, maybe we'll get some moves, but I think I gotta wait for those. Yeah, at the end of the day. Yeah, I'm not trying to invest in it. I just took a few shares, anticipating maybe that it gets rejected at the previous close, but everything's kind of staying a little sideways right now. I appreciate the sub, Christian. Hey, thanks, guys. And like I said, guys, hit that subscribe button. We do this live every single day, so if it's your first time joining us, just to put you into perspective, I am on a little bit over 2.5 weeks on a green streak. I have not lost, and you can watch every stream in the last 3 weeks and look at my P&L at the end of every day, and you see I've been green a huge, like, well, all the time in the last 2.5 weeks. And so I'll try to keep the green streak alive. If I do lose today, it'll be my first day losing in 3.5 weeks. And so we'll see what happens. With that said, though, I'm not going to let that influence my trading. I'm not going to take any crazy big risks, and if today's the losing day, that's okay. The losing streak has got to end at some point. But I appreciate all the new subs we got today. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the love, team. They're in the garage door. They should be. Oh, I don't know. All right, big rejection, honestly, back below the VWAP, but we're just so sideways now, we gotta wait. Yeah, I'm in Central Time right now. Yeah, 100% Jay. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I might try an AMD short. We'll see. I gotta slow it down a little bit here, though. I'm gonna jump in with 100 shares. Market's getting pushed back below the VWAP again, and so this should be good for me on a short-term basis. But you'll see me kind of scale down when I'm not having that great of results instead of scale up. A lot of people, when they do bad, they try to take bigger and bigger share size to try to win back their losses. When I start to do rough, I usually trade smaller. But hey, I appreciate the sub, Brian. Thank you, guys. And like, I'll add to it maybe if I need to here. But only 100 shares. Here's AMD breaking down. I just jumped in with another 200 shares, see if I can get a little bit larger win from this one on AMD. Ideally, I like to see a breakdown under 55.50, the $half level. But the market is bouncing up again, which kind of concludes a very choppy trading session, honestly. What? There we go. There's 40s. Like I said, ideally I'd like to see a break and hold under this, and then a break of the 55.50 level. We'll see though. We need the market to follow us and work with us here, which is kind of a coin flip, I think, right now. As I say that though, the market squeezes up. I'm going to be prepared to exit this with the market bouncing up like this. Alright, I'm going to take half off here because I need to. And then we're getting the nice breakdown that I wanted here. See if we can break lows. Nice. I'm going to get out the rest there. Take my little win. Finally caught the AMD breakdown. Only down $69. So we'll see what else we get. Market's definitely not favorable for me though. Look at this. Look at the choppy market right now, man. Hey, thanks, James. I don't know, man. You want to reach out to them and ask them. You should be real time. Beautiful breakdown in AMD. Glad I caught that. A lot of the time, eat, sleep. It just depends, man. I always use the SPY and the overall market to influence my decision because most stocks follow it pretty closely. I'm going to jump in 100 shares of MU, anticipating that we hold under the whole dollar of 42. But yeah, a lot of times the SPY is going to influence most stocks, and so with that, I can just trade off of the SPY's volatility. Today it's a little bit tougher to do, though. I ended up getting out of this about break even. I might jump right back in it though. Maybe it was a good thing though. There's a squeeze up. Yeah, I'm gonna jump right back in it here. It looks like I got scared out prematurely there. Yeah, what you see me now do, you see me trading much smaller than I was, just because a little bit tougher of a morning. I like this weakness in the SPY itself, though. I'm going to short a little bit more into this with AMD. SPY looks weak, very weak. This should drag me down a nice amount. Come on. Come on, MU. There we go. I like this weakness in the SPY. This should help. We're down so much today already, though. I really like the move. Maybe I should have taken profit some, but I'm trading it off with the SPY and MU. It's just not. It's tough. We're at the bottom of the range, but there's the breakdown in the market. I'm gonna add a little bit more here. I'm gonna end with 200 or 400 shares now. I'm gonna take half off there, and then I'm gonna hold this little 200 for a nice larger breakdown under 41.90, hopefully. Market looks weak. Should pull this one down enough to profit, I would think. Sorry guys, what you see me doing now is you see me scalping some of these moves based off of the market, but the market's still kind of sideways, unfortunately. I think we might get a little small pop, but ideally we want to see a low break here. There's the SPY looking weak. This should drag us down more. I'm gonna add a little bit more here. I'm in with 400 again. Gonna use a risk over 42. Alright, so I'm in with 400 shares, definitely my larger position of the day. Hands over the cover button now, I gotta be pretty strict here. Here's 95s. There's the market break these lows. Like I said, this should help and bring me down. If we can get down to like 90, I'll take some profit off here. We need to break down. The SPY's breaking down with it, so that's really great. There we go. We need that pressure on the market to drag us down. There's 95s. Come on. Market looks weak. You should head down with it, theoretically, MU. Oh, come on. There we go. 94s. There's 93s. 92s. There's the SPY breakdown. Like I said, this is why I added to it, is because of this potential breakdown here with the SPY itself. The SPY is looking weak. It might be finally time for this thing to change trends, which is really what we want to see. But MU is struggling to break. There's 91s. I'm going to take half off there, and I'm going to hold this 200 shares. It's just too swingy for me. I need MU to fully break down here under the lows, and we might find support there. So I'm going to take half off a little early here, and then hold the rest to where I'm protected in the trade regardless, with taking profits there. The SPY's starting to turn around, and so that should be a good thing for us. Maybe AMD was the one to play instead of MU, but I decided to take MU, and that's alright. I'm dropping my son's Legos. There's 90s. Let me catch back up with the chat. No, you can trade ETFs, pragmatic. Yeah, I could trade UWT, TVIX, all that stuff if I really want to. And with how AMD broke down, I'm mad I took MU instead, because MU is just being stubborn down here at these lows. Not enough people buying or selling here, I guess. I might add a little bit more to MU here though, because the SPY is continuing to look weak. But this is the choppiest day we've had in a while though, guys. Kinda wanna add to it. Trying to be patient here, but we're just not getting any moves, team. There's 93s. I mean, we've been consolidating around the same levels for a while now. There we go. It's a little bit better. I still want the breakdown under these lows if we can get it. Don't look like we're going to. Market's bouncing. It's probably going to drag this one back up, I think. 90s, 89s. Finally, I took another half off here. Holding 100 shares left, and we'll try to ride this down for the low of the day break if we get it. Now, there's the breakdown for MU though. 81s. Did we get the low break? We did. Good. Let's drag this bad boy down a little bit. I'm going to cover it on any big bounce. I'm going to get out of this one though. 79, 78s. We'll try to take the rest off at 75 here. I'm going to get out there. Close enough. So yeah, that's how you rebound from a $100 loss. Just a few nice little green trades that add up. Finally, we got some rejection in this market. But you back, bro?
Fighting over here.
Oh. So not a bad little rebound for me. We'll see what else we can find today. Slowly grinding my way back up. Yep, that's right. Yes, this is live right now, Jordan. Yes, this is. Market bouncing up a little bit. We just need the market to pick a direction, and it's so tough though, guys. Like when we get little downward moves like this, it's good. Like a break of this low right here, like that's always favorable. You know, and I can short into stocks, which is what I shorted into just now with the overall market. But you know, look at the choppiness. Down, up, you know, down, up, down. You know, just really choppy market, guys. Sideways. Tough to trade. You got your internet working though, huh?
Internet's working. Charts aren't working. TC's charts are down, and also I couldn't get my test one to work, and then Thinkorswim didn't want to log me in. There's a bunch of stuff today.
Yeah. Alright, so we might short into some more moves here as the market breaks these lows. I'm definitely not going to short AMD and MU because they're a little bit too low in this range. They're at the bottom of their range here. And so with the market drop, I might just look to short into something else. It just depends here. Am I printing what? Money? Of course, man. Look at me. Honestly, it feels so good to not see any new spam in our chat. Oh, that feels good, man.
Feel so lost.
I think the market's eventually going to pull back and start testing lows here. I could short into AMD or Netflix again, but gotta wait. I'll look at Uber. I'm short into Uber here with 200 shares. They're 300 shares.
Oh,
oops.
God. I think I finally got charts up, and then I realized I started a new Thinkorswim, so I gotta get the live account going. That's just... Today is one of those days.
Yeah, man. I just accidentally jumped in 300 shares in Uber, so we'll see how this goes. Not really my favorite thing right now, but hands over the cover button. Didn't mean to buy this many shares. Ideally, I'd like to get it down to 27s. Market breaks 275.50 should drag this one down too. Choppy market. Break even on Uber here though. I'll put Uber up and then I'll just watch the spot from my other screen. Ideally, I'd like to see it down to here. I'll take profits if it does. Spy bounce back. I'm gonna be prepared to exit Uber here too. These 56s, okay. I have it. Or I have a higher package than that, Prague. I have the Pro package, so I've got more buying power already. Yeah, so here's the market dropping. This should drag Uber down theoretically. It's been following the market pretty closely here. Yeah, I don't like this either, can you? It happens. I mean, choppy days like this are part of it. You gotta just do what you do during these choppy days. We got a nice little drop here. It's pretty solid. I've been in a little bit better trading the last few minutes, but these 53s. We get down to 52s. I'll take a little bit off here. I'll take half off there. And then hold the last little 100 to see if we get a full breakdown under the $half at 27.50 or so. There's the market dropping, which, like I said, theoretically it should drag it down, which it did. Can hold the rest of this break even, but we want to see a break of this level here at 27.50. I can just hold the rest break even. Slowly edging away at this P&L. I'm only down 20 bucks now, roughly. Like I said, though, I think the market looks very weak, and I think the market's going to start heading back down soon here. We're edging towards the lows of the day, and so I'll probably hold this for that test if we get it. One Uber. I'm going to take half off here so I can hold these 50 shares through that. Took half off. And that way I can just hold these 50 shares through the low of the day test and the SPY without necessarily being super worried about it like I would be if I was holding 100 shares. That could eat up my profit a little bit more. So I'd rather just take 50 shares, and if we have a little small time swing, it's more insignificant now. And I could just kind of do what I want now with the rest and actually, you know, hold it through this potential low of the day break in the SPY, if that makes sense. But yeah, guys, that's how you rebound from a $100 loss. Is you just refresh, get your mind right, and slowly start edging the loss out until you kind of come back. All right, so here's the low of the day break in the SPY, which is what I said. This is what I've been waiting on. The SPY just broke lows of the day. Should be great for me here and dragging me down a little bit more. Ideally, I guess my next profit target's going to be at, I guess 36 would be a good one. That's the low of the day for Uber. I should probably hold it through that, right? I could take it off here, but the reason I took half off of the shares already is so I could potentially hold it through big breakdowns, which is what we want to see at 36 here. Market's breaking lows. Uber should break lows and break down underneath. Here's the low of the day on Uber, and we might get a bounce there. You know, a bounce here is very common, and so we might get a bounce, and that's all right if we do. We're just holding 50 shares left now. What we want to see though is we want to see the market pull back to that previous low of the day and then get rejected there and drag us back down. Netflix ripping, breaking lows. Market squeezing, breaking lows. Did a package come in? Go look at my shorts, maybe. Alright, there's the market breaking lows. Looks good. Okay. Yeah, there's 35. So there's the low of the day break that we got in Uber. We just need to hold now. A lot of the time it's going to retrace and bounce right back up. So we're breaking lows of the day, but we might not hold it right here, as you can see. We just want to see a quick rejection back below. And if not, I mean, I can get out. Big bounce there. Not what I wanted to see. I'm just going to get out. That's alright. But yeah, not bad. Slowly grinding my way back. Yo, Mitch, you got your charts up, bro? I like the market rejection here. Might short into a little bit more of MU here, even though it's pretty low in the range. Market's pushing down, breaking lows too, and I can use the $0.50 essentially on MU as my risk here, so it's not terrible. I think it just depends on if the market ends up holding that low of the day as a resistance or not. Very close to exiting here on MU. Alright, there's the low one breaking the market. I'm going to short back into MU here with 400 shares now. Like I said, that's the low of the day breaking the market. Hopefully it doesn't fake me out here, which it looks like it's kind of doing. We'll give it a chance here. The SPY is breaking lows. But of course, MU saying YOLO, not listening to the SPY right now. I'm going to be a little bit more patient with it, but not really loving this. There's 50s. I like the quick rejection, and I can just risk off of that new high up there. Market is pulling down, breaking lows. There we go. 50 break. 49s. Here, no, I'm gonna have to look afterwards. I'm right in the middle of the trade, baby. I'm sorry. Alright, there's $0.50. Alright, market's breaking lows, which should be dragging me down. What's my entry here? 45, roughly. Marcus, you found him? Okay, good. There's 50s, 48s, a little bit better. 45s, that's my profit target. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with this share size though, to be honest, relative to everything else. I don't hate it, but I'm not loving it either. I'm gonna get out a half here. I'm not comfortable with the share size, so I just took half off. Maybe it was a good thing because we got to squeeze up. We're getting too big of squeezes here, unfortunately, for MU. Like I said before, I think MU is just a little bit too low in the range for me. Yeah, I got 3 monitors here that I'm watching. We'll see. Yeah, I didn't really find a lower range short. It's alright. We'll find something. I'm trading everything pretty small and light. Even that 400 shares was a little bit too big for me, unfortunately. Uber breakdown was really nice there. Like, I don't mind shorting back into some of these if we get the weakness I was initially looking for, like this here for Uber, or for MU. MU faked me out at first, and now we're squeezing down, and I have a really obvious risk level I can use for it. So, like, here's MU, and I can show you guys what I mean by that. Now I can just use this level up here as my risk. If it breaks that, just jump out of it, and that's okay. At this point, it's just the SPY not really being super volatile, unfortunately. Let me put on a different song. There we go. And there's 45s. This is the move I was trying to initially get for MU. And unfortunately, it kind of stops me out. I must have accidentally pressed the button here. Now here's the market heading back down. But yeah, this is the move I initially wanted for MU, and I just didn't quite get it. I'm watching the overall market, and so this one's just a lower range, and so it's harder to trade, unfortunately. It's a little bit too high. It's got more upward momentum because of that. I'm going to take half off here, though, and then hold this last little 100 shares and see what we can get with this breakdown. But this is the move I was initially trying to get, and it would have been a great 400 share position, but just too much risk for me to really want to deal with once we got that squeeze above the $0.50. Here's a low of the day test for MU, should be good. Might add a little bit more to MU here on this move, and then anticipate a quick rejection back below the VWAP if we can to test that low of the day like this. Exactly like this. Maybe I should have taken profit there, though. Might have missed my opportunity to take it. Keep it in break even, I guess. It's just the market's down there, but MU's just too low in the range. Probably should skip this one. A lot of the other ones are breaking down, but MU's so low in the range that it's going to be tougher to hit and to trade. Market's not really breaking lows with any like power either. It's just kind of slowly breaking a little bitty move under, a little bitty move over. I'm gonna get out there, and it's alright. Somebody's asking what the name of our platform is. And so the platform we're using is actually called TradeNet. But yeah, so the platform we're using is called Tefs and TradeNet. There's a lot of benefits to using them. As you can see, I can day trade as much as I want on here, and there's no PDT rule, so I can actively day trade and short once I'm approved. The way it works is it kind of operates like a prop firm, and so there's a 70-30 profit split, and there's a max loss of 700. And it comes with a course, demo account, access to a chat room, plus a lot of other cool stuff that allows traders to actively day trade once you're approved. And so it's $399. Your max loss is 700. So if you go under, and for that $399 amount, they give you 14,000 to trade with once you're approved. Again, there's no PDT rule, and you can short stocks. And so basically, you have a $700 max loss with that $399 account. And if you go under 13,300, which is $700 in losses from 14,000, they close you down. And then any profit you make, there's a 70-30 split. But I think it's a great option for new traders that are just getting started in the market because it's cheap. You know, a lot of the time, a new trader is going to lose their first few accounts, and with this, you're only risking $400 for your first account. To be fair, I think most traders will probably lose this too, but it's just a really cheap option to be able to actually day trade the market, and really allows you to get started for cheap. You know, really get your feet wet for cheap. It's not an expensive account. If you lose it, it's not the end of the world. And so instead of saving up thousands of dollars and depositing them into a conventional platform just to lose thousands as a new trader, it's just a much cheaper way to get started. You know, you're only risking $400, and in my opinion, it makes a lot of sense. And even if you want larger accounts, you know, there's larger programs that you can use. I have a pro account, which is more expensive for sure, but it gives me a lot of buying power to trade with. And so if you want to check it out, here's the link. I'll post that. A great way to help support our channel as well. We do make a commission if you sign up through us, but again, it's a great way to help support our free content here. And so there's the link right there for the chat, or for Tefs and TradeNet. Alright, so I'm kind of chopping back and forth. We'll see what we get, but nothing super favorable, I think, at this point. Honestly, this is the choppiest day we've had in a while. We finally did get a breakdown, but it's not like a momentum breakdown. It's kind of like a slow grind down, unfortunately. I'm kind of looking at AMD here. We'll see what we get. Alright, so like I said, I'm looking at MU here. We're pulling up to the 60s. We break that, I'll look to possibly short into some of these moves. You have to make a certain amount within a year. Yeah, and the best way I can describe it is it operates like a prop firm, and so technically it's an educational package, and then you basically become a contractor for them, and they allow you to day trade their account, you know. It's from what I understand how it works, but it's best to reach out to them and ask them still. But that's my understanding of it. I might short into AMD here, anticipating a move under the 52 level. This is actually way too big of sizing for me here. It's alright, maybe I'll get some profit, but too big of size, unfortunately. I just realized how big of size that was for AMD, and it's not MU. I don't hate this. We'll just see if we get a move. It's just too big of size, and I realized it afterwards, unfortunately.
Alright, guys.
Alright, I took half off there on AMD. Or I took more than half off. It was just too big of sizing, so as soon as I saw any profit, I just jumped out of it. I'll hold the rest, but gonna be very weary with the rest. What's up, Mitch? You back, bro?
Yeah, at least back enough to where I think I'm not gonna have problems. I tried taking a trade there on my Thinkorswim, and then it was giving me issues also. So it's just been a hassle kind of day.
Yeah.
And that's just how it's been. Yeah, I can't really stress about it right now.
Yeah, for sure. I ended up getting out of my AMD trade.
Looking right now at FLIR. So what's going on, guys? How we doing? How we doing, chat? Just trying to catch up with you guys. How we doing in the chat? What's going on, guys? Let's see if I can work my way back here. Make some good trades today.
Yeah, I put you up since I've been up most of the day, but it's been a choppy day, bro. You haven't missed much, I don't think. It's been a tougher day, I think, in my opinion. Just not too many big momentum moves for me, at least. We have some okay setups.
It happens. It happens, man. No stressing. It's just one of those days.
Yeah, I'm in MU. Just took half off with the $quarter rejection, the 75 rejection, holding 100 shares left. Here, I'll put myself up.
All right, getting down to those levels where I'm starting to like it here. So I'm going to take a little bit here. Took a little bit there at 75 for FLIR on the long side.
Yeah, I'll put you back up. I got out of the rest on MU. It took a little small win.
All right, guys, starting to look decent. Let's see if it can hold this low of the day right now. We wanted to test it. If it just comes up, let it come up, but let it test the 60 first before I think about adding here. This is pretty much kind of a VWAP bounce with the reversal of it being down after that. Try to push out their 44s. Good risk to reward here, at least. I think that's what matters in this trade.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Risk right now is off the 4250s. It could come down a little bit, but we don't really want it to be breaking through that 60. A nice hold here at 80 would be a good sign because it could really break out through this 43. It's up there to the 80s now. Really starting to get that kind of flip momentum for us. Now I'd let it come down, test another bottom here. Could really signify a switch here. We want to see the 5 minute create a double bottom here and then start coming back here.
Took a little bit on AMD. Trying to ride the breakdown underneath the whole dollar here. Got a little bit. Nice little breakdown. Riding it down a little bit more here on the last little 100 shares. We got a really nice drop here. We should get a little bit more, I'm hoping, at 52.30. Hopefully we get the follow through. I didn't get the full drop, but I'm almost break even now. I've got 240 in losses. It did it right after I got out, man. I got mostly, those last two trades were nice little wins. But here's my P&L today, guys, just to show you. Got a very choppy day, and I've traded a bunch, but about break even right now.
Yeah, the battles are real today.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you guys can see on my watch list here to the right, look how much red is on there. And it's kind of like I talked about pre-market. Those resistances are really holding well now.
Yeah, for sure.
And most of the bets are on the downside now.
Yeah. I jumped in MU with 300 shares. I'm going to take half off here. Hold another 100 shares on the breakdown. There it guys this while I'm in it. So you can see a little bit of both. We're gonna try to ride it down for the low of the day crack.
All right, that hasn't broken down now, so we'll let it test down here. If not, we're gonna go ahead and hit an ad here. If it holds this bottom here at 60. Give it 1 minute.
All right, I'm gonna get out here, guys. Actually, I'll let it test the lows of the day. I'm sorry. Here's the low of the
Here
day
it
break.
comes.
I'm gonna get out here and take my win. So $26 up in the day. I was able to rebound, but
All right, 45 no matter what will get us out. It's definitely pushing down on the levels that we wanted to see. Need to see a reversal start happening here. This is why we try to limit the downside risk first in reversals.
somebody asked, does TradeNet have charting software, or do you just like use Thinkorswim? I just like Thinkorswim for charting. It's what I'm the most comfortable with and what I've used the most. And so you'll see me use Thinkorswim over everything else. The charting that Tefs has, the charting you see right here is Tefs. Like this charting right here that you see on Mitch's screen, that's Tefs. So it's actually really good charting software. It's really not bad software at all. Very similar to DOS, but this is Tefs charting right here. When you see me trade, when I have my screen up, that's Thinkorswim.
Alright guys, about to get out no matter what. This might crack right here. So
No, I'm not. I didn't have a put on AMD. A fuse. Tefs only allows you to trade stocks. I might actually short into MU on this little bounce here. I know it's kind of risky, but if I anticipate that previous level is going to hold as my risk, I can get out pretty easily if it does break down.
alright, that's 60. Should give us a nice lift here. Now it should definitely not break that low of the day anymore. Now we know our risks solidified there. Now we're going to try to add in here to average in the right way.
There's the breakdown that I wanted for MU.
Man, I feel so lost today.
Take half off there, and then I'm gonna hold this last little 100 shares to see if we get a larger breakdown on MU. I'm gonna get out the rest break even. Up 35 on the day, still probably down after commissions with how much I've traded, but fighting my way back.
Oof, big breakdown there for me. About to get out, take a big hit. Just gonna try to manage it, see if it just scoops back.
I talked to TradeNet dudes yesterday. What's the approval process for the live funded account? So it's basically, usually you're approved within 3 days. So you pay for the package. For me, all I can say is my specific experience. I was approved usually within a few days. They'll send you your login for the funded account. But for some people, they make them take the course. Some people, they make them paper trade for a week. But usually you're approved within a week or so. But they'll give you your demo account, and I suggest you really learn the platform before you trade live anyway. And so they should give you your demo the first day.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day, guys. I shouldn't be trading in all this chaos. I tried to get on Tefs and trade just for the stream mainly, but shouldn't be trading right now with all this chaos with my internet problems and charting, and I don't even have my indicators up. It's just a mess right now. I'm gonna get on out of here.
Later, bro. Don't stress it.
Yeah, it's just a mess.
Oh wait, did I exit Mitch out? Sorry if I exit. I really didn't mean to. I honestly did that second hand. Hold on, let me apologize. Sorry guys, that was me. That was my fault. Completely my fault. I accidentally kicked Mitch out early before I think he was done talking. I can... Here. I really didn't mean to. I think I exited Mitch out a little early. Sorry, Mitch, if you can hear me. My bad, bro. Really didn't mean to, man. I feel kind of bad now here. Where's the zoom at? Here it is. We should get it back up. Oh, yeah, just started it. Alright, we're gonna leave it then. Alright, my bad, Mitch. If you can hear me, my bad, bro. But yeah, I think the reality is, like, some people hate on TradeNet, right? But like the reality is, if they pay out, they pay out. That's the only thing that really matters is if they actually pay out, if you make money. I think trading's a very emotional thing, right? And so you have people that spend money on these packages and then they just blow their accounts because, I'll be honest, they're just not good traders. And so they'll lose their accounts, and it's very hard for like an immature person to be like, you know what, like I took a bunch of dumb trades, you know what I mean? Like, it's my fault. I took a bunch of stupid trades and I lost my account. It's a lot easier for an immature person to be like, oh, you know what, it's John from Beginner Trading's fault, or it's Tef's fault, or it's my platform's fault, or it's my broker's fault. It's really easy for somebody to be like that. And so I think in the end, TradeNet has some haters, but like the reality is, like, look, like you're getting to trade a ton of buying power for very cheap. Your risk reward on the trading is like good as well, because you're spending $400 basically, and your max loss is $700, so you're getting almost twice as much. And so it's like, it gives you favorable odds. Most traders just lose, you know what I mean? Like, most traders are just lose. It's really hard for people to be accountable for their own mistakes. And I think the reality is that it's a really good way for new traders to gain that experience and learn to trade. I think a lot of the time, a very common story in the market is a new trader saving up thousands. You know, a lot of the time they'll kind of watch a penny stock guru who flashes Lamborghinis and mansions and prop money, fake money, and they tell people to buy their trading course, and then they just end up selling them an overpriced penny stock trading course, right? And they end up losing thousands of dollars in the market. And that's where I think Tefs and TradeNet make a lot of sense. Like, they have a course that comes with it. It has a demo account, and then you get to apply, and roughly everybody's approved as long as you haven't had too many before. You get approved for the funded account, which lets you day trade a $14,000 account with a lot of buying power, no PDT rule, and shorting ability, and you're only risking $400, which is key here. You know, have reasonable expectations for it. It's still a $400 account, but you're going to be risking less, getting more buying power than you normally would, and just be prepared to lose, guys. Like, that's what new traders are going to face. A lot of the time, like I said, people have the wrong understanding about trading. They think trading's like a get-rich-quick scheme. They think you can buy a penny stock guru's course and then in 6 weeks turn 10,000 into $1 million. And like, sure, it's possible, just like winning the lottery is possible. It's highly unlikely. You know, it's highly unlikely, and you got to have reasonable expectations for your trading. And my biggest issue with penny stock gurus is that they push unrealistic expectations. Like, some of them even have advertising that it's like, is it possible to take $5,000 and turn it into $1 million in a short period of time for a brand new beginner? Absolutely. It's like, yeah, sure, it's possible, just like winning the Powerball is possible. It's highly unlikely, and honestly, it doesn't matter what course you take at the beginning. You know, like, they're just using that as a way to sell their overpriced courses. You know what I mean? That's all it is. And people defend them because they have buyer's bias, which is that they've spent so much money on it, they have to justify that expense, right? And so you'll see people that have spent thousands on penny stock courses desperately defending penny stock courses, right? Because they have to justify that expense in their mind. It's very hard for them to accept the fact that they overpaid for what they're getting, and that most of this stuff's publicly available for free already. It's very hard for somebody to look at that realistically and have the right expectations for it. And so in the end, it just causes a really toxic trading environment within the penny stock sector. where everybody's pushing penny stocks because they're easier to manipulate. You can sell courses for thousands of dollars, so everybody's pushing them. Everybody's renting a Lamborghini from an exotic car rental company, getting a bunch of fake money, and then standing in front of it, flashing it, trying to sell courses. And again, it's just a really toxic culture in the trading world. And people dislike me. Because I tell the truth. I'm the buzzkill of the trading world. Nobody wants to hear it. But it's the reality, and regardless of whether people want to hear it or not, they need to hear it, especially if you're about to think about paying thousands of dollars for a penny stock course, you know? Yeah, so one of the flaws was is that most penny stocks aren't available. They're not really a penny stock platform. So you're not going to be able to trade most penny stocks. It's honestly not even penny stocks. It's specifically low liquidity stocks. Like, they look at the last 6 months, and if a stock has less than 500,000 shares traded on average over a 6-month period, they usually don't list it on their platform. Yeah, but that is one of the flaws. So I try to be honest, that is one of the flaws of Tefs and TradeNet. Not many penny stocks are available for sure. It's mostly for mid and high cap stocks. I'm going to short into this a little bit here and use this $0.50 as my risk on MU right here. See if we get a drop down to like 20 right here. But again, I mean, it boils down to like people. Like, listen, man, it's human nature. It's human nature to see a bunch of Lamborghinis and mansions and be like, hey, I want that. You know what I mean? That's human nature. Like, to say, hey, I want that. I wish I had that. I wanna trade penny stocks. You know, if this course is gonna help me get that, I'm gonna buy it. You know, it's human nature. You know, but again, they're selling a dream, and it's not a realistic one either. You know, like, sure, you could be profitable with penny stocks, but it takes years. It's not something you're going to pick up immediately and just start balling out of control. And I get the trader fantasy that I'm just going to prove everybody that doubted me wrong, and I'm just going to continue. I'm just going to make all this money, and everybody's going to see how smart I am. I get it. It's the trader fantasy, right? But the reality is it takes years. Yeah, go ahead and buy it.
That's what they have.
They don't have grape jelly, man? What?
They have strawberry and they have raspberry.
I guess get strawberry, but I'm not happy about it. How does Costco not have grape jelly for peanut butter and jelly? Nobody likes strawberry jelly for peanut butter and jelly. It has to be grape. It should be grape.
We don't need any more peanut butter though, huh?
No, we got lots of peanut butter. It is, man. I hear you, but we all learn the hard way. Yeah, for sure. And it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? And of course, like, nobody likes to hear me say it because it's a buzzkill, man. It's a dream shatterer, right? Everybody's got these dreams. It doesn't feel good to have somebody be real about it and say, hey, like, that's just not how it is, you know? Nobody likes to hear that. Everybody wants to believe that you're going to get rich quick and that you're going to be the anomaly in the whole thing and that you're going to just take all this, you're just going to make all this money really quick. But again, it's just not likely. It's possible, just like winning the lottery is possible. But it's extremely unlikely, and you're going to lose money for years is the most likely outcome for day trading, which is what I try to tell everybody. I'm going to take half off of this and just try to profit a little bit more from MU. But like, it's nobody wants to hear it, you know? Yeah, and listen, Todd, I'm not against courses, man. There's some courses, like, you might hear me talk and think I'm against courses. I'm really not. I'm against penny stock gurus and Lamborghinis is what I'm against, man. I'm against people telling people that trading is a get-rich-quick scheme when it's not, you know? And it's, like I said, it's mostly actually penny stock gurus. I'm going to take another half off of MU here. It's mostly penny stock gurus is what it is, right? Like, that's the reality behind it, is that it's mostly the penny stock gurus that are doing this because, again, with penny stocks, you can front load onto positions, and they're so easily, I'm going to get out the rest here and just take my money, they're so easily manipulated because it's like with a low float stock, if all of my followers buy a low float stock at the same time, then I can manipulate that stock and profit. I can buy early and then tell my followers I'm buying this stock, they all buy a low float stock at the same time. It's going to pump that stock up and I'm going to profit from that. Problem is, half of my followers are going to be stuck holding the huge drop that happens when I tell people I'm selling. And so it ends up hurting a lot of people. But that's why they push low float stocks as well, is because they're penny stocks, man. You know, like they're easily manipulated. They're low floaters. They're easily manipulated. And it's really easy to show a naive trader 1,000% gain, you know, trade, and they're like, oh man, I can make 1,000%. I'm going to do that. But again, it's mostly penny stocks that I have the issue with. I'm not against courses. The smart people sell courses. You know, everybody understands that even the best traders in the world, trading is going to be somewhat volatile in your money making. It's going to be somewhat unreliable in your money making, regardless if you're the best trader in the world or not. And so the smart people have multiple income streams, and there's nothing wrong with that. I hear somebody ask all the time, if you're such a profitable trader, if they are such profitable traders, why are they selling courses? Because they're smart. And everybody's going to, like, you're going to set yourself up to succeed. You're going to try to create as many income streams as you can if you run businesses, and that's just part of running a business. There's nothing wrong with selling courses. If you've actually mastered something, it's understandable to sell a course, right? The problem is, though, like I said, you got penny stock. You got little 20-year-old kids that trade penny stocks trying to teach people how to trade Forex and penny stocks, and it's just a really scummy market, honestly. But I'm not against anybody that sells a course. Courses are understandable, you know. If you learn something and you're a profitable trader, you know, there's nothing wrong with diversifying, you know. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Because he was promoting a competing platform, Joe. That's why. He was promoting a competing platform at the time that actually has dissolved at this point in time. Actually, no, I don't think SpeedTrader has. But the platform he was using at that point in time is no more, which says a lot. You know, it was just a conflict of interest. You know, he was promoting one platform, people weren't buying it, and they were buying a different one, and so he probably wanted to help push his. But like I said, it's kind of funny when you think about the fact that he was criticizing them, and then his platform basically dissolved. The amount of share size should be relative to what you're okay with risking. It should vary depending on your risk, right? So if you're risking 10 cents and you don't want to lose over $100, then you could take 1,000 shares or less, right? If your risk is 20 cents, then, you know, and you don't want to lose over $100, then you could take 500 shares or less. And so it's going to be relative to your risk in that particular trade, and you should adjust it accordingly. So for instance, if your risk is 10 cents, again, 1,000 shares, 10 cent loss with 1,000 shares is going to be $100, right? So you can take 100 shares or less if you don't want to lose over $100. If your risk is 20 cents, again, 500 shares. If you lose 20 cents a share with 500 shares, you're down $100. And so you can use 500 shares or less if your risk is 20 cents. And so you adjust it according to what you're okay with risking and what your risk is in that particular trade. And so it's going to vary. We've got a few good classes on calculating risk, reward, and strategies. Go check out our playlist section and look for calculating risk and reward and strategies, and you'll see. Yeah, I'm green. Market might break lows here. I don't hate it. I mean, we'll see what we get, but it's not looking terrible. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button. We got 135 likes in here. And like I said, like, people, listen, man, people are fickle. You know what I mean? People are fickle. People are insecure. Like, people get weird. Like, people lose money. Trading's a very emotional thing, man. It's a very emotional thing, right? And so, like, what you'll see a lot is, like, people will blame anybody they can for their losses when they lose an account, except for themselves, right? So they'll blame their platform, and they'll hate the platform, or they'll blame somebody like me, right? You got some haters that are just dedicated to hating on me, man. These people wait for me to start my stream up every day and just immediately dislike it. And like I said, I always tell them the same thing. I'll say, stay insecure, bro. You know, like, stay insecure. Like, what I'm doing shouldn't bother you that much, man. Like, stay insecure. And that's what we get a lot, man. It happens. But the reality is, trading is a very emotional thing, and people don't know how to handle it that well. And so they end up taking it out on everybody around them, including their platform, their broker, like, whatever it is, right? And at a certain point, you just understand that. Once you're green enough and you're profitable enough, the losses don't bother you that much, because you're making money, you know, and you understand that, like, no matter what, you know, you're gonna be up anyway. And the whole goal, you want to know what good traders do? Good traders eliminate emotion from it, you know. Like, one thing that I've learned that helps me is, like, if I have a big loss, I make fun of myself. I laugh at myself. It really helps. You know, I tell the chat to make fun of me and laugh at me. It really helps, because when you can poke fun at yourself, you're untouchable in that regard, and especially with, like, emotions, you know what I mean? Like, just laugh at yourself. Make fun of yourself a little bit. You'll feel better, you know. I try not to take myself too seriously, you know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. I know I'm doing something good when, and like I said, I'm at this point in the stream where I'm looking for trades, but I don't see anything yet, and so I'm just gonna kind of BS with you guys. And so don't think I'm, like, whining or complaining. I'm just talking because I don't see any trades right now. So we can talk about whatever. But yeah, you know you're doing something cool when you get haters, man. You know what I mean? You know you do. But in the end, like I said, certain people hate just to hate. A lot of the time, it's competitors. Like, you'll have competing channels that don't get any views, and they get all butthurt because you get good views, right? And so they just obsess over you for some reason. And that's part of it as well. You know, so a lot of people that hate are personal people I know, because, like, I can go back and look at the geography of, like, who joins my stream, and so I know some of the haters I get are actually like, people I know personally, and I know who they are, and it's unfortunate. But people get insecure, man. You know, people get insecure, they get weird, and, you know, thus is life, you know. We need haters, yeah, we do, for sure. I'm gonna short a little bit into MU here. I like where I called it right on this squeeze, and then I can just get out if it's too significant here. I don't hate this. I like this entry. And it might squeeze up against me fast, but ideally I'm looking for a 41 break, 41.50 break. Yeah, well, people are fickle, man, and they'll make up whatever reason to hate you. You know, they'll make up whatever reason. They'll try to justify it. The reality is, it's almost certainly insecurity. You know, it's tough, man. And, like, I guess I vent about it on here. It's probably not the best place to vent when I got hundreds of people watching me. But I'm gonna take half off here, and then I'm gonna hold this last 100 shares to see if we get a breakdown under the $0.50. There we go. There's the breakdown. We can get down to like 40. I'll be content with the rest. I'm gonna get out the rest there. Not too shabby there for the little 200 share position. Up $70 on the day roughly. I'll take it. market crashing back down. I mean, like I said, the reality is, and I've said this many times before because it's something I'm actually really proud of, but if you go back and you look at my P&L at the end of every single stream, not the trades I take off stream, because sometimes I do trade off stream, but if you look at my P&L at the end of every day on stream, and you look at what I'm up, and you tally how much I'm up and how many times I'm up versus my losses overall in the last, 4 months, you'll see how profitable I've been. And so people can hate, but people hate the truth, and like in the end, I've been incredibly profitable, and I'm the only person that's actually doing it live aside from a few select other ones like Mir. Everybody else stops, they do pre-market trading, right? And they do that for a reason. Nice little breakdown on MU. Maybe I sold a little bit too soon. I missed out on about 10 or 15 cents, but I actually caught the breakdown. AMD's still high up in the range on this pullback, and so I might short into AMD with like 100 shares. Maybe it just depends. I'm going to jump in with the 100 there on AMD. See if we get a breakdown under the half dollar at 52.50 is all I want to see. Yeah, I'm just in with 100 shares of AMD just because I don't like it as much. But we need the market to fully break down here, which we might or might not get. There's 56. There we go. I'm not gonna be super strict with this. I'm gonna see if we get a full breakdown here though. Alright, getting a nice little move. I guess I'll take half off if I get the chance here. I don't know if I'm going to though. 44s. I'm gonna take half off there and then hold this 50 shares. AMD's got a much larger range, and so taking half off makes sense as well. I'm gonna get out break even actually on that one. Up 75 on the day. Market bounced a little bit, it's alright. Yeah, it happens, Todd. It's just part of being out there, man. People see your channel and they're like, oh, they're like, I could have created that. And it's like, well, why didn't you, man? You know what I mean? Like, people don't see it, man. I built this channel up for years. It took 3 years to build this channel. So, like, now that we actually make money and, we have a significant following, it's like people act like I just got it overnight. I really didn't. It took years to grow this thing, man. And, feels good. Feels good, man. Feels good. But yeah, I'm up 75 in the day. We'll see what else we can find. I'm watching the market. The market's kind of chopping, but slowly coming back on my P&L. Watching a few other ones, but still looking at the range of AMD here. I don't hate it. It's still kind of high up there in the range. Just depends on what the overall market does here is the problem. Might jump in with another 100 shares of it. Try to take kind of the same type of trade here. Break down under 52.40s. We need the market to break down though. There's 52s. I'm about break even on this one. I'm trying to give it time. You see me trade really small right now, and again, I'm just taking little bitty positions because it's what I'm comfortable with, especially after how today has been. But there's the breakdown. Again, we want to see a breakdown under 52.40 for AMD. This is MU right here, but we want to look at AMD real quick so you guys can see. They've got a lot of kind of big levels that have built up right around here, and so we want to see a breakdown underneath that, if that makes sense. Just 100 shares, keep it pretty tight and small and easy, but we want to see a breakdown under this level here, which is what we're getting finally. I'm gonna take half off there, and then I'm gonna let this last little bit work again under that level. That way I can be a little bit less strict with this here. There's 39s, 40s. Ideally, I'd like to see it down to 52, but I don't think we're gonna get that. Testing. I'd like to see a rejection here as well, though. I don't know if we're gonna get it, but I'd like to see it. There's 40s. Maybe hold the rest break even if I want. 39s. Thinking about adding here, honestly. I don't hate this ad spot. I think my chart's actually frozen here, though. Alright, there's the breakdown. It's actually freezing up here. I'm gonna get out the rest there. It's freezing up. My Thinkorswim charts are frozen. Up $90 on the day though. Slowly grinding my way back here. Hey, nice, Benedict. What are some nice long-term holds? I have no idea, bro. Honestly, I have no idea. I'm not a long-term investor at all, brother. No, there's commissions. They're just very cheap. It's like $150 a trade. With the share sets I'm using, it's like $150 in, $150 out. It might be $3 total. My first time here, but I don't trade stock. I like what you said about laughing at yourself when you lose. I'll adopt that going forward. Nice, man. Because the other guys, they talk a lot, you actually give info, and I appreciate that tremendously for tutoring and learning me along. Thank you. Hey, no stress, Bubba. Happy to help, dude. Really, that's what we do. Mitch and I originally created this to kind of change the game because everybody was charging for everything, and so we created this to give it away for free. And obviously, I mean, we profit from it, but feels good to give everything away for free. Honestly, what feels good and what I think really has helped my trading is not having that pressure. Like, listen, if I sold stuff, I would have pressure on me to succeed. You know, I could lose every day. Nobody can tell me a word about it. I could do whatever I want on this channel. Nobody can get mad at me because I don't charge for anything. You know, everything's free. You know, we don't charge for a penny. And so people can't get mad. I could lose every day. Nobody can say, hey, you know, your course is nonsense. They can't say that because you know why? Because everything's free. You know, it's just what works for me. It might not work for you. It might stop working for me. But I love not selling something because I don't have any pressure. I can do whatever I want. I can trade, not trade. I can show my trades. I can hide my trades. I can trade off stream. I can trade on stream. I could lose every day. I could win every day. It doesn't matter because it's all free. Feels good, man. Feels good. Tiny. What's up, Tiny? I get tired of seeing free webinars only to have my time wasted by them telling me all their experience and profits. Yeah, that's what they do. It's a selling method. You've been more consistent than me, Tiny. Tiny's been doing well, I think. Yeah, Tiny's been here a while. So is Todd. I actually know Todd personally, though. Like, him and I text each other. Thanks, Mitch. Thank you, brother. Hey, I appreciate all the subscribes. Let me see. Well, I messed this up. John, Ryan. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Hey, shout out to Jacob. Appreciate the sub, bro. Welcome, man. Alright, so if we get a bounce here, I might short back into AMD, risking off of the 5250 level. But I need the bounce. I don't hate this little bounce here. We just need to bounce up to like 41, which we might or might not get. Doesn't look like we're gonna get. I could see it pivoting back down to the whole dollar 52 here. A lot of the times you'll see stocks move back and forth between half and whole dollars, and so with that, if you're scalping, those are pretty big levels, like half and whole dollars. And so with AMD right here, I could use the half dollar as my risk, and then try to profit down to the whole dollar of 50, or the whole dollar 52. Problem is the market's just kind of chopping back and forth here. Not really super favorable either way, I don't think. There's 30s. I'm gonna go ahead and get in here. I'm at 38s. Small position though. And again, I'm just gonna use the whole dollar of 50, or the half dollar 52.50 as my risk. Very small. I let it test. There's the rejection. That looks good. We'll see if it holds under here, though. It looks like a little strong. And I'm probably going to get out there. It might be a little bit early, the reason I got out there. But yeah, there's AMD. Pipe it up. I see the market climbing back, so not as favorable. It's alright. I had a few good green trades. A little pullback of $10. Never hurt anybody. Yeah, you've been doing good, Tiny. You've been dedicated to it for sure. You just got to find your style, and you got it. Like, you know. The best advice I can give any trader is when you first get started, like, you'll see strategies, right? You'll see these different strategies, but they don't all work. And so if you're too rigid with the strategies you trade, you might be stuck trading a strategy that just doesn't work under your conditions, right? And if you're noticing yourself have a lower P&L, like if you're noticing yourself lose more than you win, try to change the stocks you're trading. Try to switch the stocks you're trading and trade something else, you know, because the strategies you're using, even though they might not work for you under the current market conditions or the current stocks you're trading, they might work better on other stocks. And that's something I've learned along the way, is that strategies aren't, it's not all, you know, binary, like they either work or they don't work. Sometimes it's more so that they just don't work under the stocks you're trading, right? And so switching stocks and experimenting with different stocks using the same strategy might be favorable, you know, and also trying different strategies obviously as well. But, you know, that's something that I think a lot of new traders just find a strategy and they just stick to that strategy. They don't actually diversify, you know, where it's actually better to experiment around, figure out what actually works under what market conditions and under the same, you know, the preferable stocks that you're trading. You know, if you like a certain stock, like, analyze it and look for strategies that work with it, because they're not all going to be, you know, universal, so to speak. No, I don't trade options. Because there's no PDT rule, Nathan. It gets you around the PDT rule, gives you more buying power than you would get. It's the buying power in the PDT rule. Yeah, alright. What? Alright, sorry guys, I was talking to my wife a little bit. She's still feeling a little under the weather. Right now we're just getting the SPY kind of pivot back and forth. What is that? I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go to the restroom. My wife's kind of opening up stuff, so I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. Because PDT rule. Yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah, I mean, okay, so basically the way it works is if you have under 25k in equity, you're going to be restricted by the PDT rule, right? Hey, I appreciate the sub, bro. Welcome, man. I appreciate it. So with that said, you're only going to be able to trade 3 times per rolling 5-day period with the PDT rule, right? And so the platform I'm using gets around it by one way or another. Technically, it's an educational package, but you basically become a contractor for them once you're approved, and they allow you to trade their account. And so it's a little bit different. And there's a few other ways they get around it, but that's why it's favorable, in my opinion, to use it for a new trader. And the big thing is that you're just risking less. You're gaining market experience for $3.99, and you're risking less. You're risking $3.99. Right, and instead of what, like a new trader usually saves up thousands and thousands of dollars and then risks that when they open up their first account, they probably lose. Usually a new trader is going to lose their first few accounts. And so in that regard, you're going to end up risking thousands as a new trader. And that can be much more devastating than it needs to. And so with TEFs and TradeNet, there's not many penny stocks to trade, so it's mostly for mid and high cap stocks, but you're risking $3.99, you're risking $400, and it's really an educational package. And so it comes with the course, and it comes with a paper trading account to practice on, and it comes with access to their chat room. And then once you're approved, if you're approved, and once you're approved, that's when you get the account, the funded account, which operates like a prop firm, so to speak. But technically it's an educational package, if that makes sense. And like I said, it's what we use. I think it's not the perfect platform, obviously, but it's a really cheap way to get started to where you risk less instead of risking those thousands like most new traders end up doing. Yeah, I mean, Warrior Trading's not terrible. They've got a lot of good free content, and so I like some of their free content. Some of the strategies that we have used before, like the 1 minute pullback, is one that I've learned from Warrior Trading, and so I'm not gonna hate on them. They're less sleazy than other options, for sure. And you can also check out Trade Ideas if you want to use the same scanners that we're using. There's the Trade Ideas link in the chat as well, and you can use our promo code BT15 and get 15% off. Also, if you appreciate our content, we also have a merchandise, and so if you look at the description and scroll down, you can see the merchandise we do have. I think we got some pretty cool merch here, guys, so check it out. This is our merchandise. We've got some pretty cool stuff here. Check this out. We got some pretty cool merch here. We've got hoodies, we've got sweaters, we've got mugs, shirts, phone cases, and so all of this is great ways to help support us as well. But I really like this merch. I actually ordered this one for myself, this white hoodie right here. I actually ordered that one, and it's a really dope hoodie, man. I'm excited to get it. But we've got a lot of merch in all shapes and sizes, and so if you want to help support our free content, like I said, we're just a free resource and community. If you want to help support us, that's a great way to do it. For most people, I think they don't get approved because they've already signed up multiple times before Icon. And so I think that's what the approval is all about. But I think if you don't get approved, you can get a refund anyway. Like, I'm pretty sure they'll give you a refund until you make your first trade on your funded account. And that's when they don't give you a refund. But as long as you don't trade it, so if you're not approved by that logic, you should be able to get a refund. But yeah, there's our merch shop. It's the teespring.com link if you want to buy some merch. Like I said, you can also check out our website. We do have a website that has a lot of cool free content on it as well. We got strategy section, we got course section. I'll post this link too, but you can see we got short patterns, long patterns. You can check out the strategy section, see like full breakdowns into the strategies we use, stuff like that. And I'll post this link here as well if you want to check it out. So yeah, there's our website if you want to check it out. Yeah, I'm waiting here. It's just I'm looking at what the market does. So like the market's pulling back. The next resistance levels I'm really watching are right here at 274. I might short into a few other accompanying moves with that market move at 274, but we'll wait and see. What made you pick Teespring over other options? Their partnership with YouTube in general. So Teespring's partnered with YouTube, and so I can have my own store on YouTube as opposed to only being able to post links for them. Like if you go to our channel and you go to the channel, like the homepage to our channel, you can click on store and shop right from YouTube. Also, if you look at the description and you scroll down, you can see you can buy merchandise straight off of the description on YouTube, and so that alone made me want to go with them. I also don't have to invest any money. It's print to order, and so they just split the profit with me. Yeah, I'm guessing the 3-cent rule is just so people can't trade in between the spreads. I'm sure they had a bunch of people trying to spread trade, which is not allowed, and then so I'm sure they made that rule so it would eliminate spread traders. Tiny is what I'm guessing they did for what I'm guessing that's there for. Alright, I'm going to take MU, and I'm going to take a few hundred shares here, anticipating that we get a rejected, and the SPY starts to drop coming up here. Only 200 shares, and I might hang it up after this one. Roughly a break-even day, but still green and gross. Market's pulling up, so not super great for me here, but we'll try to give it a little bit more time. Like I said, I'm kind of anticipating we get a rejection at this 274 level. If we get that, that should be good. But we need the rejection, which is kind of what we got here. Yeah, I'm sure you're probably right. But most platforms don't allow spread traders just because, you know, a lot of the time platforms profit from the spreads. Like that's how they profit a lot of the time. And so spread traders are going to be outlawed a bunch, I think. Alright, so market popping up. Maybe I should have waited for it to test 274, but it's alright. So no, you only get 2 intro packages, King. I'm pretty sure you can buy as many as the higher packages as you want, but I'm not 100% sure either way. I know the 2 limit is for intro packages though. Alright, so here's a little bit of profit in this one for MU. I'm gonna let this breakdown happen here. I'm going to take half off here just to take some profit in it, and I'm going to hold the last 100 shares to see if we get a much larger breakdown in MU. That's the drop I was really looking for, and I don't hate adding back my sizing here. It's just something I'm gonna have to determine on the fly here if I want to add back my size or not. Just to show you the pattern I set up here. You can see the range I'm essentially trading here, shorting it around the top. I'm gonna get out if it breaks this 50 level up here though. Ideally, I'd like to see it break under this 4120 level, but that's a little bit less likely. Just depends on what the market does. The market reverses here. It should drag me down enough to break $100 on the day. We'll see. Right, 100%. Like I said, I'm torn on whether I want to add my sizing back here or not. I'm going to add back here. Holding 200 now. I don't mind this add move. We'll see. Market dropping should drag this one down some, I would hope, but if not, it's alright. I got squeezed up. I don't hate the move. I'm gonna use the $50 as my risk, but AMD getting a big squeeze very quick here, unfortunately. About to exit, looks like. Probably about break even after the day's over. Yeah, I held that one too long. Probably about break even after the day. I've definitely overtraded today, but that's all right. Like I said, still green and gross. We'll see if I can trade anything else, but I'm probably gonna close it down now. Not a bad day. I mean, I was down $100 at one point. I was able to kind of fight my way back, but kind of a tough, choppy, sideways consolidation day from what I'm seeing. But yeah, guys, with that said, I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and hang it up. Just not seeing anything I really love right now and kind of chopping my account. Like I said, I might trade off stream. I'll update you guys if I do. Still ended the day up slightly in gross profit, but here's the link. If you want to use the same platform as us, like I said, great way to help support our channel. There's no PDT rule once you're approved. It comes with a course, demo account, access to their chat room, and a lot of other cool stuff that allows a new trader to get their feet wet, trade a decent sized account, actually short stocks with no PDT rule, and I think it just makes sense in that regard. And so if you want to check them out, here's the link. Really easy way to trade when you first get started. It's the fundedaccount.com link. Also, guys, like I said, you want to use the same scanners as we do. Legit customizable scanners allow you to do a lot of cool stuff, and you can use promo code BT15 and get 15% off. Here's the link for that. Oh, man, I do want to short into this, guys. I do want to short into AMD here. Yeah, it's better than red. Like I said, we'll see what he can get. I might trade a little bit off stream. I'm going to short into another 200 shares here, and maybe I'm being maybe I'm lacking some discipline here, but I don't hate this move in the market. We're just going to wait it out and see if we can get a nice breakdown. I'm in with 200 shares. I'll start to close it up, and then I'm just going to close it down once this trade is over with. But yeah, so there's the trade ideas link. Like I said, if you want to check out our site, we've got some cool stuff on our site as well. Hold on, I got to watch this one pretty close. But yeah, if you want to check out our site, we've got a lot of good free content on our site. And here's the link for that if you want to check it out. Ooh, man, I turn the other way and I look, and this one's just squeezing up big. I got to be very, very careful here. I don't like this level at all for MU. I'll let it test, but I'm very, very careful. My hand's over the cover button. I just don't like this level at all. All right, a little bit better. I like the rejection. All right, there's 54s. Alright, we're getting a little pop in the market, which is influencing this one for sure. 54s. I don't mind a move down and try to play it off of 29 though. That's the only thing, but we're getting squeezes up. Oh, also, let me post our Discord. If I do trade off stream today, yeah, there's a squeeze up. If I do trade off stream today, you can follow along and see how I do. And I'll post this link here as well. Here's the link for our Discord if you want to check it out. Yeah, no stress, Tiny. Yeah, I don't mind staying late. It gives me something to do. But yeah, there's our Discord link if you want to check that out. You can kind of follow along. I always end up posting my P&L if I do trade out after stream. And so you'll be able to see it there. And probably going to get squeezed out here. Hands over the cover button, watching this very, very closely on the level 2. It's pulling back a little bit, but... because it might cause a momentum move up in MU as well, and so I'm holding this, and there's the break. I gotta get out there. Too much. It's alright. I'm still green on the day, and if, like I said, if I trade off stream, I'll post it. Honestly, this is the worst day I've had in a while, though, and it's part of it. I'm still green, but, you know. Like I said, if you go back and you watch the stream and you look at my P&L at the end of every single day in the last 2.5 weeks, you'll see I've ended green every single day, at least in gross profit. And if you look at the last 6 months, you'll see I've been pretty profitable, slowly growing my account and grinding it up. And you know, I'm really happy with that. And on days like this, I have to kind of build myself up that way so I don't get too overzealous with my trading, so to speak. But anyways, guys, if I do trade again, I'll record it. Maybe I'll try to upload it to Instagram or something like that. But yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. Good luck in the markets, guys. We'll see you guys next time, and I'm out of here. Have a good day, guys. Good luck in the market. Like I said, go check out our website and all that cool stuff, and good luck, guys. I'll see you guys later. Later, guys. Like I said, Devin, it's alright, bro, because you're just going to have to watch this channel get bigger and bigger while you hate on randoms out of insecurity, man. Listen, hating on me, it's not going to make you feel better, bro. It's not going to make you feel better about your own failures, dude. So, have a good day, bro. I'll see you guys tomorrow.